You like that, eh?
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, it was a nice little difference.
I like that you could like move it back.
Yeah, she
Right there.
got nice posture.
Not it there?
1 week.
No.
That's from last week.
Okay, now try. Says we're live. We should be live.
Here we go.
There we
Yep,
are.
we're live.
Hello, everybody. We got to do this. Here we go. Ready? It's just my channel.
My channel.
Our channel. Our content.
No one else's channel. Just mine.
Yeah.
Super chat's working this time too.
Channel. My content.
Does anybody want to test the super chat? Jokes, don't get pressured by that.
What you guys talked me into, I don't know. My content.
Oh, Mr. Cusco's in the chat with
Oh,
us.
Brian. How you doing, man?
Long time no talk, Brian.
Yeah, wasn't that, what, 8 hours ago?
It wasn't long
No,
ago.
it was.
Oh yeah, because you guys went live, right?
Yeah, very last minute. That was fun.
I missed it. I clicked on it and then it was like go live, so I missed it.
You want to throw something up on Insta saying that we are live? If yes, no, maybe.
That can.
Okay, so tonight,
Mm-hmm.
see our fancy new mic holders?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice.
It's like
Finally came in. So much better than leaning forward because you can just...
the only thing is that now I'm a little bit more used to leaning forward, so it's gonna be like
It's gonna be weird to
sit
like,
with proper posture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or slouch like me and Austin. Actually, he's setting up pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So tonight, I was going to say tonight in the one word. We have Liz from Royal Reptiles and Precious from Precious Pythons.
Nice.
Real true royalty. No
Shots
comment,
fired.
No,
Austin?
we're both royalty.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Wait, technically, because Lord of Lion.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
there's
you're
three of us.
right.
Yeah, you can
Uh,
get to
yeah,
step
I guess.
up, Billy.
I don't
Come on.
know.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
He's the ward of reptiles.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here.
I'm just the boss.
The mutation. The one that creates mutations.
So let's bring
I don't
in
know.
our guests and say hello and see. There they are. Is
Hello.
it popping up on yours? We got a little bit of a lag.
Yeah, it'll pop up soon though.
Hang on, guys.
Oh, we got our first super chat.
I just
comment.
want to
Oh,
make
nice.
sure that
Balls
My
of
video's
Paradise, $2.
you know what?
What a nice guy.
I know why.
Hope everyone is doing well tonight.
So if I
I'm
go-
doing well. How are you guys doing?
Well, I don't think they could talk to you, but you can
No.
read the chat.
There we go. Hold
Everyone
on.
here, how are we doing?
the-
Oh no, I'm doing good. Everyone else is trying to figure out. I guess.
This is delayed. The video on mine. I don't know how yours looks.
It's a little bit delayed, but
Mine's really delayed.
But the thing is they're not on. I want to be able to see them on our screen.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
no,
Okay.
it's
there-
on though.
There we go.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
yours is.
Yeah,
There
Oh.
we go.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties always.
That's okay. We got it.
It's okay.
figured it out.
There we go. So, hello everybody. You guys are live.
Hi.
Don't be so
How are you
shy.
guys?
Yeah,
How's it going?
Don't be shy. So, I guess if anyone doesn't know who you are, Precious, you might as well, because everyone's which one's Precious, which one's Liz. So, you might as well introduce yourself.
Yes. So I'm Precious Robbins with Precious Pythons, and yeah, I'm super happy to be here right now.
And you, Liz.
Yeah, I'm Liz Schmuck with Royal Reptiles, and I'm very excited.
I paid her to say that.
Yeah,
I paid them both to say that.
Wow.
I had to say, please, come on, please come on the show. I know it's going to be horrible and all, but we want you to be a part of it.
We're already up to 80
no
people in the
desire
chat too.
whatsoever.
Nice.
Quick question for you, Liz, is I know it's Royal Reptiles. I see Royal Reptiles on your logo, but on your Instagram and everything else, I see KE Royal Reptiles.
Yes. So unfortunately, Royal Reptiles is a very popular name when we first started this. So I've talked about switching it, but we have so much tied to it now. So the KE is just for Kyle and Elizabeth. So
There
it's
you
me
go.
and my husband that run this, and that's all it's for. Yep. But Royal Reptiles is pretty much taken for everything else, even though we are the only ones that have it like a true LLC business name that it's registered under. Everyone else had already taken it as far as Instagram handles and email addresses and all that fun stuff. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know that's one of the reasons why I changed the name from Mutation Creation to Mutation Creation Canada on all my platforms, because when I started looking up Mutation Creation, other stuff came up. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
there's another snake person? Nope. So I added Canada, and it's like, okay, that solved it.
Yeah.
And then Precious Pythons, it could only be one Precious, right? That's why it's just there you go. It just boom.
No, like ironically enough, when I first made my Instagram handle, there was a Precious Pythons with a hyphen, and I thought about not using that name, but I'm like, it's my name, I get to use it. So,
Exactly.
Yes.
anyway.
Awesome. There you go. So, yeah, we sort of have a format. I don't know if we ever stick to it.
I don't know.
So, I mean, we will try.
Yep.
Just see where it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess before we get into anything, no, that's not. Yeah. See, I'm running the show here, and I have no idea what I'm doing. There you go.
He's directing it.
So, yeah. What do you want to talk about first? I guess recent milestones. Precious, you're almost 1,300 on YouTube now?
I think I'm about around 1350 now.
Look at you.
Nice.
Holy cow! Congratulations.
And you don't do YouTube yet, do you, Liz?
No,
You're just
don't.
doing all the
No.
lives, killing the lives.
Yes, yeah.
You plan on doing a YouTube?
We've talked about it. I plan on doing one for sure. When we originally talked about it to begin with, it's only our 5th year breeding, so I was kind of like, experience-wise, so I have the experience to kind of be putting information out there for other people, especially when there's other people out there that have so much more experience on top of it. But it's definitely something that we've considered doing. It's just finding the time and the equipment really to do it right. If I want to do it, I want to make it as well as I can, and not just be like, oh, this is on my iPhone and the quality sucks.
You mean like Shane Kelly, small town morphs, setting the bar? Like, oh
Yes,
my
exactly.
God.
Did you just pull a Tyler on Shane?
What do you mean?
You call it small town morphs.
Oh my God. Did I say small town
Oh my
morphs?
God.
Oh, what's
You just pulled a Tyler on
small
Shane.
town
Sorry,
exhaust?
Shane.
Small
Sorry,
town-
Shane. Why are you
Small
apologizing?
town morphs is probably like celebrating right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
it's like,
leave it to
no,
me.
sorry, it's not you.
But
It's the other one.
But
Yeah,
the
he's
thing
here.
is at least when we say it and I screw up, at least I get a lot more promotion because we talk about it for 5 more minutes.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be the new thing.
Yeah.
Mutation Creation Quebec. Mutation Creation Ireland.
Oh, no, don't
it's
start that
Canada.
because someone's going to start doing that.
I like the Quebec one.
The Mutation Creation Spanish edition.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, but Shane, I mean, when I first saw his first video, or my first video of his, when it was his first egg cutting, and I couldn't believe it was his first video. Everything was like perfect, and his editing, the camera. So I know where what you're saying, because when I first started out with a cell phone, and I didn't even have the right landscape at the time. I did it the wrong way, and so
Then I came.
the what?
Then I came, and we started making okay videos.
Yeah, we started doing better, and then we started getting the gimbal. We got gimbals for the cell phones, so
Oh,
you
man.
could play
That was
around with them.
fun.
But
And then Elias came.
and then
that's when-
Elias came and just took it to the next level. It's even
100%.
getting better.
Yep.
His
I'm
editing
trying.
skills. So you do all your own editing, Precious?
I do.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest. Though. I need to get a lot better. I recently switched like editing apps. So when I got the hang of one, it was like learning a whole nother one, which was now I'm using Adobe Pro. So it's kind of kind of complex, but I'm getting better at it as I make more videos.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've never even looked at it. I think I've looked at iMovie once. I think I even did a one. It was like follow the
tutorial.
It was a tutorial, and you just put the pictures in, and it did it for you. And it's like, yeah, I made a movie.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's awesome. It's people now. It's almost part of the hobby now, taking videos and documenting your stuff and filming and, building an audience. And where I came from years ago, I mean, this would have been the best thing ever. It's just, I mean, I think it was last podcast or it was a live I did. Somebody was asking, remember the day when we didn't have internet? And we didn't have the internet, and somebody, when you wanted to see a picture, they'd mail you a picture of the snake. So you would open up the mail like a week or so later and then look at a picture of the snake that was either printed out, or they would actually take a Polaroid and send you the actual Polaroid.
Wow.
Wow. Like craziness.
That'd be so sad.
Cool.
Yeah.
What'd you just show?
The super chat.
Oh, super chat. Oh, yes. We got Salmon Boa, 420, $10.
420.
He said, when are you
420.
going to have Kevin from Nerd on your podcast?
Oh, I want to get better at this.
Yeah,
I have my two women here that are my co-stars with these guys here. We gotta get this smoother.
I mean, they're the real stars. We're just trying to make it through this.
you're the guinea pigs.
Well, no, I guess Tyler.
Well, you're the pioneers, so
No.
technically,
Well,
well, sort of.
yeah.
But we're
This
getting
is
better
great.
because Tyler and Tom.
Oh yeah.
So Tyler from Hyped Up Reptiles.
There we go.
Okay, got it.
Nice.
Not
As well as
exotics.
Serpent Stacks. Okay. And Tom from Atypical.
Yeah.
They were the first. And I think Tom was on for a while, and we ignored them.
We forgot
We
he was
forgot
on.
they were even
that
on.
was-
So
We
were
need to
talking-
invite him back.
Yeah, so
Maybe in
Yeah.
person or something.
We really should
Oh,
put him
for
on
sure.
when,
Yeah.
when he's expecting it, for one thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
He could even see us for most of the part. You have to get like a
Wait,
different screen
I
just
don't
to
think
watch us.
he couldn't see us at all. We didn't figure it out till last week.
Yeah. No, that's true.
oh yeah, that's very true. He had to actually be on his phone and watch us on a laptop in order to see us.
Yeah.
So we are improving.
Yep.
So your YouTube videos, you do all your own editing. You find it hard to get content?
For me, it's extremely difficult, I think, because most people know that I have not produced my first clutch yet. So a lot of content you find people want to see snakes. So a
And
big-
male.
That's right. So, like, a
Not so
big,
much
like,
the male.
That's all they want. Male.
Yeah.
for me has been like collaborations with different like breeders here in Indy that are pretty much like producing a lot of dope stuff. So I've been to like a few other breeders, like facilities, and then snake rooms and stuff like that. But I'm hoping for my first few clutches this season. So hopefully that will be more content. But as of right now, it's extremely difficult. Yeah.
That's awesome. First, your first clutches.
That's insane.
So yeah, it's gonna be you're welcome to the club.
Right. Exactly.
So I have a note here that you recently went to Reptech and Cold Blooded Cafe.
Yes, I did.
How was that?
Last week? It was amazing. The animals that they had at the facility was ridiculous. I mean, all kinds of, and I wish I could have posted it all, but if I would have like edited everything into the video, it probably would have been like an hour long. So I left a lot of it out. But they had so many crocodiles there. They had an alligator. They had some really huge pythons, scrub pythons, which I learned a lot about at the time, and it was just like really, really amazing. There were even like times where there was like this huge enclosure, and they're like, "Okay, let's see this girl." And I'm like, "Wait, what's in it first? Tell me first what's in there before I peek my head inside." But it was really great. I loved it. It was an awesome experience, and they also, of course, they're cold-blooded cafe, so they produce. They're a rat breeder. So now instead of driving 45 minutes to go get my rads, it's like a 20-minute drive. So
Oh,
that
wow.
worked out.
Yeah.
And their rat facility is like nuts.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, it's big.
Don't they also deliver too?
They
Or-
do.
Yep.
Yep, they
Yeah.
did.
They do. And Liz, you don't do YouTube, and you are definitely not a noob to this. You do a lot of shows.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
is that one? Do you enjoy them? Is it something that you look forward to? And also, between your sales, say online, compared to it's sort of hard now with COVID, but prior to that, your sales online to actually at an expo, 20/80, 50/50.
Yeah. I would say pretty 50-50 depending on the show. So we do a lot of local shows kind of near Chicago. They have a show pretty much every weekend up there. So it just kind of depends. And then, of course, we do like the NARBC Tinley show as well. So I would definitely say it kind of depends on, I guess, what you're producing. So when you're looking at the smaller local shows and things like that, it's definitely going to be more of your, lower end animals, just people that are just kind of looking to get into the hobby. They maybe never had a ball python or are looking for their, another pet or whatever it may be. So we sell a lot of stuff through there, kind of on that end. And then online is where we see that we find more of our breeders and maybe bigger hobby enthusiasts and things like that. So, and then, of course, if you go to your bigger NARBC Tinley shows, you're finding more people who are a little more involved and things like that. But for the most point on a local level, we're looking at, just kind of the people that are getting into this, maybe newer, maybe want to start breeding and are kind of looking for some direction. I really enjoy the shows. It's a lot of socializing with people that maybe I've been talking to online, but now I kind of get to put a face to the name and things like that. A lot of really good questions. I really enjoy the education side of this industry. So I enjoy going to the shows and just being able to kind of help newer people out that are just kind of maybe picked up their first ball python from whether it be a mom and pop shop or like a Petco, PetSmart type area, and they're having issues. So just kind of assisting with that. So yeah, it's just kind of a variety, and it really depends on where you're located and what kind of shows you're attending.
Yep,
For sure.
definitely. Oh, that's awesome. How's your season going? You almost done? You halfway through it or just starting?
Yeah, so we're actually about done. I think I have about maybe 6 or 7 more girls that are going to go this year. We hit 22 clutches, which is the same as we hit last season. So hoping
Nice.
to make that hurdle. We seem to kind of plateau off at that low to mid 20 range. So, but yeah, it's just kind of letting everything wind down here. Got a few more clutches in the incubator that are due within the next week or so, and going to be sad to see it empty, but also going to be excited to see how everything that we have that has already hatched out grows and that kind of stuff. So
Cool. I would ask you, but unfortunately, you don't get that gift of your first clutches till next year. Is it going to be late this year or next year?
It's gonna be late this year. I'm expecting. I actually have. It might be sooner than that, but it's really hard to wrap my mind around the breeding process and seeing that I have not actually fully gone through it yet. So it's like very exciting, very anxiety inducing. But I have a girl that I believe hit her prelay shed maybe about 4 days ago.
Oh, wow.
So I'm hoping for a clutch in 30 days. But again, I'm kind of like setting myself up for the expectation that it possibly could be, maybe, not viable, or maybe I missed, the ovulation, because I actually documented the ovulation and it was like 26 days later, she had her prelay shed. So I think she's a go. And then I have another girl, my Desert Ghost visual, who's paired to my Super Chocolate Hypo Pet Desert Ghost.
Nice pairing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm really excited
That's for
about
your
that
first
one.
year too.
Yep.
That's
She's like pummeling food, and she's still like building, and I think she might lay for me early next year. So
Nice.
Awesome. That's phenomenal. So now we're actually sticking almost pretty much to the program. This is pretty
Nice,
good.
Yeah.
nice.
So we on Patreon, we put a thing up for some of the members to ask some questions. So I picked, I think, 5 or 6, and I'll read them out, and then we can all talk about it and just sort of give our opinions. So first one is from Brian Guest, and he put, what would be the mistake you see most new breeders making in the beginning, and what would be the most valuable piece of advice you could give to a beginner? So you're a beginner, so what would you think is something that you've either learned or you wish you learned early, or something being as new as you are?
So I've only been doing this for 18 months, and I think that when I first got into it, I did buy a lot of hatchlings and juveniles, and they were pretty decent. Once I started learning, they were pretty decent morphs, but I got them all as babies, and I think that I've invested a lot of money into it, and if I could go back, I probably would change buying the hatchlings and watching them grow up. And maybe would have bought a couple of breeder females, or even like females that were just approaching that size. But I also wanted to give myself time to adjust and to learn. And I'm glad I did it that way, because right now with the whole breeding season, there are times where I'm like kind of freaking out, like, oh my God, like there's so much anxiety, and I don't know if I would have been able to handle that like a year ago. Yep. So I feel like there are definitely things that I might have changed, but I'm just not mad at how I did it at all.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Liz?
So I think it's funny that you say that, Precious, because I was actually going to say the opposite. Yep. I was going to say, I think... Me too. I was going to say, I think too many people buy a male or female just because it's breeding size. Like, they don't care what morph it is. They don't care what project it goes with. They buy it simply because I can breed it now. So that's definitely something that I would have changed and recommend, or seeing a lot of people doing that in the industry as well. Like, you see so many posts looking for breeder females.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what kind? What do you want in it? Well, I don't care as long as it's breeding size.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be my number one. And then the number 2 for me, if I had to say another one, is don't skip out on your equipment.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, your equipment can make or break how successful you are in this. You can spend as much money on snakes as you want, but if your incubator isn't consistent or doesn't work, or you don't have a thermostat on your rack, or whatever the case may be, at that point, the snakes, there's nothing you can do with them past that point. Then, oh, this animal looks awesome.
Yeah, you see that a lot, that people will buy their snakes and then they buy their racks
after they buy their snake. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
I don't understand that at all. Yeah. Like, I think at every point in like my progression, I always have racks, like tub spaces available. I just like literally tell myself, stay off Morph Market. You have like 6, just stay off there. But it's so hard, when you are so deep into this hobby and you have like these plans and this vision of what you want to produce, and there's always a snake to buy.
Yeah.
So
always.
There's nothing worse though than finding that deal and that animal that you need for that project and being like, I can't buy it because I don't have anywhere to put it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
How about you, Chris? You're this is what, your 5th year now?
Well, altogether, considering when I was in before.
Oh, yeah, that was a long while, but you backed out. So since you've been back,
I would say 5. Okay, so that's.
You have to start over.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, once you get out and you come back, you can't say, "Oh, I've been doing this for 30 years."
No, definitely not.
30 years minus 6.
With Nick, it's been 2. I'd say about probably 4 or 5. Yeah, since I've been back. Mm-hmm. The big one I would go with is harkening back to what was just said. You see a lot of people buying those breeder females because they want eggs, right?
Yep.
Those same people in 2-3 months end up having their animals up for sale because they can't use them again.
Yeah.
Or they don't know they don't know what to do, or they have a failed season, something, because they don't have the experience
in keeping.
Yeah, keeping, or even having a successful clutch, because they just figure, if I buy breeder stuff, it'll just give me, you know, automatically give me eggs.
And I mean,
Like,
there's
work
nothing
behind
like
it.
like raising up your own hatchlings too, right? Oh God!
Have some
Can't
water,
even
bro.
talk, man.
It's that blue water
I
you're
don't know
drinking.
what just happened.
Yeah.
I
Drink
forgot
blue
to speak
water.
English.
Literally choked.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Like seeing some of the females now that are like 1,500 grams that I have, they fit in the palm of my hand. You know, a year and a half ago, or you know, it's amazing seeing them change, the pattern change, the color change. It's extremely gratifying.
It's funny you mentioned that. I literally just this week had an animal that I bought out of the egg from Billy. Like it's my first animal that I've had since it was literally hatched.
It's crazy how like time flies, right? Like,
Yeah, but now it laid eggs.
I just pulled her off.
Same
the
thing
first
happened with
clutch.
the Enchi clown that I bought after you.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's like
right.
the first one I ever bought.
It's just
Like
it's,
off of
it's
you?
such a cool feeling having them from.
Was it the first one?
I think so. It was that one, and then I think I bought the special het pied at the same time.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was thinking the banana, but the banana came later.
after,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
you got your pie, love for pies.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing more satisfying than growing an animal up, and he'll have that same. Have you had that, Liz? Hatched the baby and raised it up and actually had eggs yourself from that baby you hatched?
Yep, this is actually our first year.
Awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, yeah.
It
was
happens
very
quite a
gratifying.
bit.
Yeah.
And
It was
go
super
ahead.
simple, but yeah, it's awesome for sure.
Yeah, and it doesn't get old, and that's the thing. He's so excited right now. Same with Elion.
Yeah.
The very first snake that they bought for me, and you know, raised it up, and now it's so satisfying seeing it on eggs.
Yeah.
And you know, you have a bunch of holdback stuff
Oh
growing
my
up.
God, yeah.
Yeah, so he's actually gonna have stuff that he's produced, and it's just, oh my God, it's just, I don't know, it's something. I mean, you gotta love this hobby, or yeah, I mean, it's the little things that get me excited.
Yeah.
You know, like stickers.
Yeah, this guy gets overly excited for
Yeah.
stickers.
It's like, oh,
And mail.
yeah.
You should have seen him on Saturday putting up stickers on the ceiling. He was just like, "Oh, this goes here, and this can fit here."
Yeah, man. There's a strategy. Can't have all the color. It's got to move. You can't have too many holographic ones together. I mean, I'm trying, you know.
Some abstract art.
Yep. So another question. This is from Ben Spears, or Spires. Sorry about that, Ben. Do you think a visual recessive female to a powerful 4-5 gene codon male is a waste because you're not receiving visuals from their clutch? And should this be done to the opposite sides, recessive male to 4-5 gene codoms? We'll leave this one for Liz.
That made everyone
Who
just
wants to go
freeze.
first? All right, yeah. I think it totally depends on the project that you're working with.
Very good answer. Yep.
So yeah, it's, you know, what are your plans for that pairing, you know, and the holdbacks that you have? Like, do you have other recessives to go with it, to go into it? Is it a codon that you don't have in that recessive project that you want to incorporate into it? So yeah, I mean, there's tons of variation to that. I don't think it's necessarily a waste, depending on what your plans are for the future with those holdbacks coming into this. You know, I think so many people try to look at just a year ahead, and this really is a 5-10 year, you know,
Commitment.
project. Yes, that you have to build on in order to get where you want to. So, I've certainly done it in the past. If I have a visual female or visual male, and I know for a fact that I want these codons in this project so that down the road I can do this with it and that kind of stuff, it's certainly something that I've done. I think just doing it thinking, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It might be cool. I mean, I guess it depends. I don't have the necessarily number of animals to just kind of be like, yeah, cool. Like, I'll do something with that someday. I have to be very specific, I feel like, just because we do range between 20 and 30 clutches a year as opposed to 100 plus, you know, where maybe you're like, oh, I might do something cool with that down the road. I'm not sure. So I think it also depends on your collection, you know, your arsenal power, how much, you know, what do you have that you're working with? And, yeah, so there's lots of variables that go into deciding a pairing like that for sure.
Have a question for you. Recessive. What do you have the most of? Clown, pied, Monarch,
Ghost.
Hypo.
I knew
Hypo.
it.
Okay.
Yep, hypo.
Nice.
Yep, hypo.
So-
and then probably pied would be my second.
Okay, so we'll go with hypo. How many single gene het hypos do you have? Say, females growing up.
Yeah. Single genes, I have 2.
Okay, how many double genes het hypo?
Het hypo. I have
A lot.
4.
Okay, how about
Multi-gene,
triple
yep.
hets, quadruple hets, 5 gene hets?
Yep,
Less.
I have. Let's see. I have between 6. I think I have around 8 double hets. growing
And
up
then
right
the
now.
more, and a triple het, you probably have maybe a couple. And
Yep.
a 4 gene, do you have any 4 gene hets? A
I
5
do
gene?
not yet, no.
Right. So
Yep.
for me to answer this question also, I have a lot of doubles, even triples. But when you start looking at 4, 4 gene hets, 5 gene hets, I wish I did. You know, it's and the thing is you're not going to get that. You're not going to go on Morph Market and find a 4, 5, 6 gene animal, because the person that made that, like myself or anybody that knows this hobby or the business end of it, that wants to, keep moving their projects forward, you're not going to get that. You're getting, oh man, I missed. I have some 2 and 3 gene hets.
Yeah.
So for me, this question is you can't go wrong doing that, especially when you have the special genes that you need for your projects. Imagine having, Enchi. I mean, I'm trying to make, Enchi yellow belly, even pastel, or Enchi yellow belly fire, Enchi yellow belly leopard pieds. In order to make those, you have to have, strength either in your male or have them in your females. But then what people don't realize is once you make that male that you wanted, now you have a power male, or you can go create another male or mix it. And now you've got a 3, 4, 5 gene male, putting it to that original 3 or 4 gene female. And the stuff that comes out is it's like a lottery. Like, oh, wow, what's this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I mean, I think it's a great question. And another thing too, financially, in order for you to make your own hets, it's easier for you to take a recessive male and breed it to a 4 or 5 gene female and make those hets instead of going out and buying them. Because if you were to go buy a 3, 4, a couple 3, 4, 5 gene hets, I mean, it's going to hurt the wallet.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
You're going to have to trust the breeder too, that he's actually...
Very good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yes. See, there you go. Very good point. So,
People
next
be
question.
scamming people.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
So, next one. A&K Reptiles. What is your favorite thing about breeding ball pythons? And is it seeing them grow up or egg cutting?
Well, I've never cut an egg before.
Fresh is like, oh no.
So
My favorite, right? But I would say there's just excitement to, like, my favorite thing right now, I would say, is like the unboxing. You reach out to a breeder, you inquire about the animal that you want. It's available, right? It's beautiful on the picture. The pattern, color is crazy, and then you finally get it to your door. The day before feels like Christmas Eve, like you're like jittery inside, and you get to that box, you get to open it. And, I feel like even finding out whether the snake is bitey or whether it's a little feisty or if it's docile or, wonder if it's going to, how, quickly it's going to eat for you. Just all that in one. It's exciting for me. I love being able to see them grow up. I love seeing their color change. I think that's one of the most exciting things, is that when you see a snake get brighter, I think that's why I like Desert Ghost so much. I think that's, amazing. But I think, anyone in this hobby that really loves the hobby can go on and on and on about the things that they love, because it's the little things. I even love cleaning day because I get to check on every single one of my animals, while I'm doing that, so I don't know. I think that the answer is,
The whole
there's
package.
no answer to this question.
how about you, Liz?
Yeah, I totally agree. So I think it's just everything. I think if you're not passionate about everything about this hobby, then it's probably not the hobby for you.
Come on, guys. It's all about the money, man. It's
Exactly.
about the money.
It's all about the money.
It's all about
we
the
don't
money.
spend any
Yeah.
time actually taking care of or enjoying these animals at all. not that I don't enjoy egg cutting. I mean, I don't know who wouldn't. You get to see something and a project that you've been working on and striving towards for so long. You know, are you hitting the animals that you need to take it forward? Are you hitting a new combo that maybe you haven't seen? Are you hitting that animal that was a key to what you needed or wanted? But I agree, watching them grow up is a huge difference too. They go through, I kind of feel bad for at the point that we sell these animals to a point, because the first 3 or 4 sheds, they change so dramatically from the time they hatch out of the egg till they actually are ready to go to a new person, to whoever is purchasing them. They can have such a dramatic change, whether it be with color or pattern or anything like that. And it is very fun. I've had plenty of animals that, I've had on my availability list, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
hold back.
I want to keep that. It's changed so dramatically. And vice versa. I put a lot of animals on my holdback list, and then I go back through and I'm like, I've got a ton of this and I need to decide to let some go.
Yep. I'm definitely guilty of that one.
Yeah. And my battle right now is
funny that you should say that too. I can't even, it's so funny because I like I said, I can't readily wrap my brain around what those feelings are going to feel like when I see a snake come out of an egg for the first time.
Oh,
but
no.
even the little accomplishments, for example, probably for an entire year, I didn't know how to sex a ball python. And I'm like, what's wrong? They're so small. I can't, I was so afraid to apply the right pressure to pop out the hemipines for the males. And that was my biggest fear, is I'm going to be selling snakes out here and not know how to sex them. It was, absolutely terrifying. But when I finally learned how to do it, I felt like I could cure cancer. It just feels like this big accomplishment. Did I just do this? So, and now it's so funny because I actually go out to different breeders who have been in this industry for a very long time, who don't know how to sex their animals, or they just don't. And I've sexed animals for breeders who have been in the hobby for so long, and that feels absolutely amazing. When I built my first incubator, amazing. I just feel like you're standing on the globe. It just feels great. So, and that's minuscule compared to some of the things I know that I'm going to accomplish in this hobby.
But it's things like that get you to where we are. I mean, Liz, it wasn't just a walk in the park the first year. We had a conversation, and everyone gets in and learns the wrong way, and then finally, starts, oh, that's how it's done. And you correct what you've done, but it's the little things that get you so excited that keeps pushing you. And then when the big ones come, you hit that, the snake that you want, and those projects are finally coming to life after 2-3 years of you making the ingredients. There's nothing like it, but all these little things add up, and it just if you had to do all this stuff just to get one excitement, cutting your eggs, you probably wouldn't last to get there, because you need to open up the tubs. And going back to what Liz said, there's so many animals that me and Austin, we don't need this one. We have some more. Cool. We put it in the rack, and it sheds and eats and sheds and eats. And we look at it a month or so later, it's like, holy shoot, this has spot nose in it. What?
Yeah.
Damn, we already sold it. Look at this. And some of the things come out afterwards, to the point where I'm actually going to start holding my animals back to about 200 grams or so, just to see, what pops and especially in the multi-gene animals. But it's crazy. Yeah. How about you? You've been doing a lot. You're at 27 clutches this year so far?
I think I'm just at 28.
28. Mm-hmm. So what are you? What's the best thing for you? Egg cutting, watching them grow up?
I like everything, but the egg cutting, it's
ain't gonna lie.
It's the cherry on the top of the cake. So exciting, and when you hit what you want, it's better than the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. But it's funny because, even with the freeway clown, I had 9 clutches in 2 years, and I hit it on the last one. And this year, I'm expecting, I'm going to have 1 or 2 in every clutch. That's what I'm hoping. But,
Hopefully.
It made you wait for so long to finally hit it. And then now they're going to come
hotcakes.
Yeah, hotcakes. So, but that'll push my projects, to the next level and stuff like that. But yeah, I think everything in this hobby, if you're not excited about, oh my God, it's shed for the first time. Like, oh, it ate it's eating on its own especially with a hatchling.
Yeah.
And you know this, Liz, when you have hatchlings, they don't all eat.
No.
And then when they finally do eat on their own, you're like, yes. And sometimes you have to assist feed for a few times. And then, oh my God, it ate on its own. It's such it's such a great feeling,
Yeah.
And then plus it's like, one less thing to, less thing to do.
Save us a
Yeah.
little time.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
and when you first start out with stuff like that too, you look at yourself, like, what am I doing wrong that's causing this? And sometimes it's nothing you're doing wrong.
Correct.
It's just stuff that happens. So
Yeah. People beat
it's just
themselves
how
up.
you go about resolving an issue.
Yeah, people beat themselves up. It's like, oh my God, why are my eggs like this? Why did one not work? Why is it all, one's going moldy already? There's so many different things. It's not you. I mean, it could be if all your eggs are doing this, but some things, it just happens that you have no control over, and people beat themselves up over it. And you have to learn in this hobby, everything isn't perfect. There's going to be times where, and I've seen quite a few of it. Last year, I think I had 3 clutches with shark mouth. It just happens. And
How about the leopard special
oh,
monsoon?
yeah, the leopard special monsoon. It was new for me. We saw it and we were so excited, and people were looking at it and even commenting. It's like, why is the sack green? It's like, that's weird. It's like lime green. Is that an editing thing or is that a light? And it's like, no. But when I was looking at the animal, it was moving. It was healthy. It was the first one out of the egg.
Looked amazing.
And it looked amazing. And it ended up dying because apparently there was some bacteria that got into the yolk sac. And I didn't know this. Now I know. So, as an experienced breeder, I've never seen anything like it. Now I do. Now I have. And unfortunately, the animal passed because I didn't understand or know what to do. But that bacteria that was in the yolk sac, the animal absorbs that. So basically, it poisoned himself. But by looking at it, it was healthy. It was moving around. I didn't want to screw with it. And then, 3 to 4 days later, it came out of the egg and died. Someone's like, hey, someone reached out to a message and said that they were a vet, and this is what it was. And next time, I should just basically tie it off and cut the umbilical. I always say that.
Umbilicus.
Umbilical. Yeah, I always say that. The umbilical cord, and tie it off, cut it, and then, assist feed it, or, just so that it's not absorbing that. So at least now I know. Unfortunately, it was such an amazing animal, but at least now I've learned, and now I can share with other people when I see it. I can help them save their animals. But that was tragic.
100%.
It had to be the monsoon.
Yeah, well, at least thank God I hit 2.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So
No kidding.
next question: Young's constrictors. What's better to spend your initial cash on? For new people in brackets, quality snakes, quality racks, T-stats, equipment, pros and cons to either or.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on this
Earlier,
we were
Precious.
just kind of went over this one.
I would say definitely investing in quality equipment. It doesn't necessarily have to be a freedom breeder and ARS. I mean, I believe PVC
It doesn't?
racks work just fine.
What? What do you mean it doesn't? It doesn't. It doesn't have to be those. Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
so
That's
we
it. Billy's going right to
actually-
melamine.
Yeah. We actually touched on this in one of our lives that I did on Instagram, where it was more like, these racks, as awesome as they look, right? Of course, and they're going to last a lot longer. What it really comes down to, I feel, when you get to be at more of a professional level, if you want to say, is just, time and convenience of how easy these are to clean compared to the PVC. Not that the PVCs don't work. I believe they hold temps, they hold humidity, like people have great success with them, but it comes down to just, the convenience of when you're cleaning 50, 60, or hundreds of animals, how quickly you can get through the process. So I think that's really where your freedom breeder and ARS racks really come into play. as far as, why to take that extra step if the PVC works just
Yes.
as well or whatever. So, but no, I would definitely say equipment, because like I said, if you have a snake, no matter how good a quality it is, if you don't have a quality thermostat and it busts and you cook that snake, it does not matter at that point.
Correct. I agree. I would say, though, to upgrade to the higher end racking. I think thermostats are key. Get one that is quality, no matter what rack you're on, homemade rack, PVC rack. But I would definitely recommend, I see too many people investing too much in ARS racks, and then they're buying $100 snakes.
Way too early they're investing.
Way too early, correct.
Yeah.
Like someone buying an ultrasound with 2 snakes, breeders, it's not necessary then. If you've got the money, I would go all out on every aspect. Racking,
Right.
equipment, snakes, but you will grow. Your racks you'll enjoy. You'll love them. Your snakes will love them. It's a good investment. But if you're holding, $50 and $100 snakes, your rack will never make you $1. It's
Exactly.
convenient. You'll love it. And like I said, the snakes will love it. But if you are not producing, animals and making that money and growing stuff back, growing animals up and holding them back to produce down the road to keep growing, you want your animals to produce to buy your racks. And that doesn't have to come today. But if I had to start over from scratch with what I know, I would go all out in everything, to an extent.
Yeah.
Some people, you have to do it, within reason. But I would rather have, $500 racks with $1,000 animals in it than $1,000 racks with $100 animals in it. And ARS, Freedom Breeder, they're not going anywhere. There's some big breeders here in Canada don't even have ARS and Freedom Breeder. They're using, old Malamine and PVC and clear tubs, and they're producing, same amount of clutches, if not more than I am. So, it's not all about, oh, look what I've got. Look at this, You can have the best looking stuff with the shittiest animals. Like, if you're not taking care of them, you could have the best looking facility, the best racks, the best coconut, the best everything. But your snakes aren't being looked after, and they're not going to produce, and you don't have the right genes. You're not going to be able to keep moving forward. If you keep your collection every year producing the same stuff, there's
You never go anywhere.
yeah, you don't go anywhere. And there's no, I can't wait to see. I'm excited about stuff we hatched this year already. Like, in 2 or 3 more years, can't wait to what we're gonna do with it.
Yeah.
We're excited more about what she's gonna do in 2 to 3 years than what we have right now in our rack. It's crazy,
Yeah.
and I know Chris is like that too. Oh my God, I just hit these. Oh my God, I want more females because that's gonna do this, and then in 5 years, and that's how crazy this business is.
That last clutch that I had, we everything, once we cut it and we were looking at it, we are like, at this point, it doesn't even really matter what comes out, male or female. We're basically just keeping everything because of how much it'll add to our collection. Just to have it, like, it'd be great to turn around and make a couple bucks off it, but to be able to have that animal, grow it up, and see what it can do for you later, like, there's no cooler thing in the world.
Yeah. It just keeps
You'll
getting
make
more
more
and
off
more.
of it in the future too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
By having it, it's worth more in your collection than it is selling it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Very good point.
You have to sit on your investment.
People don't realize that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you sell an animal out now for, say, $1,000, that's good money. But I guarantee you, I'm going to have a $4,000 or $5,000 clutch or more in 2 to 3 years when she lays.
Yeah.
$1,000 now, or $4,000 or $5,000 or $1,000 or more later on.
And you get to keep a breeder as well.
Yeah, and that's
The
first
cycle
year.
goes again.
And then, you know what? I mean, people just think, and it's another pet peeve of mine. People will raise up an animal. I don't know if you've ever come across this. People will either buy an animal or they'll hatch an animal. They'll raise it up for 2 to 3 years, breed it, and then sell it. And I'm like, why are you selling that? It's like, you just had, it's an 8 egg, 7, 8 egg clutch you just had. It's like, I don't need it anymore. How do you not need a 7, 8 egg breeder? Oh, my project's going differently. Just change the male. Like, you know, I mean, I see people selling breeder pieds and breeder clowns. I'm like, what? Oh, I don't need any. How do you not? Well, I have enough clown stuff. Then put an ultra male to it. Put a combo pied to it. Oh, a combo clown to it. Like, there's no. I don't know.
It's like the base of like everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, the only reason why I'm selling a breeder pied is because I got a combo breeder pied coming up, or to replace it. You know, it's not like, oh, hey, I've made all the pied stuff I need now. Let's sell all the pied stuff and get into. No, I mean, wrong way of thinking, people.
Yeah.
Well, how old's that one pie girl that you have at your place? The really big one. Like you've had her a long time.
No, she's only a 12.
Yeah, she's 8 years.
Yeah,
What?
but she's one of those
Oh my
Volta
God.
ones. Like she's like 6,000 grams. You know, lays
insane.
12 eggs. Actually, she laid 14 this year. No, that's the other one. The other one didn't lay this year yet.
That one's a 2014 too.
Yeah, that's a 2014.
Oh my God.
She laid 14 eggs.
Wow. She looks like she's much older.
Yeah, for sure.
They're in the 70-30 racks. They're just monster pieds.
Yeah. How much did they weigh? Like 35? Almost 40?
Maybe after they lay 14 eggs.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're way bigger.
They're 4.5, 5, 6,000 depending.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yep.
It's like almost like your boa.
Well,
No,
not
the
that
boa, the
big.
boa's.
I mean, it's getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, like how it is right now.
I think it's like 7 or 8 pounds already.
Oh, wow.
Here's another one. CH Reptiles. How long were you a hobbyist breeder before you started to go full time? And how was the transition personally for you as far as realizing this would be your main source of income? So to me, it's this year, it's actually going to be my main source of income. I'm transitioning to that point. The reason why I didn't do it sooner is because I'm just an animal and I keep buying. So one thing is this business, if you're not reinvesting or holding stuff back, if you're producing animals and selling everything off, you're going to do okay. Mm-hmm. But that okay is going to be 2 to 3 years okay. Yep. If you're not bringing in new blood, new bloodlines, new genes, more powerful, you're going to be that person that does, say, 20,000 in sales. And then the next year, you do the same animals, now it's 15,000. And then the following year, because
9.
you're not holding it, now it's 9, and you're fighting with everybody else because all your customers that bought 2 years ago are producing the same stuff, if not better. Yeah. And now you're like, why? I don't get it. I used to do so well. Yeah, used to. I mean, you got to keep reinvesting. And I know myself, there's a lot of projects that I want to get into, and I picked that perfect time for me to jump in and get them. But then there's projects that I miss. Like, oh my God, 3 years now I miss. You know what? Now let me go buy one because I could try it another year. But then when I hit that animal, then I got to raise it up, especially if I'm looking for a male. So I got to wait a year to hopefully to hit it. Mm-hmm. Then I hit it and it's a male. Then I got to wait another year to grow it up. Hopefully it goes. So I'm waiting 2 years when I can buy an animal now and then get into that project a year later. And it's not only for me, for my collection, it's for... If you're at a project for 5-6 years and you're not hitting it, you really don't want to be in that project anymore. Yep. You get it in your head. It's like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm just cursed with this project. I can't hit it if my life was dependent on it. So you need to sort of fill those voids. If your project isn't going to where you need to on your own, you have to go for outside help. Yeah. It's not a cool thing. You know, I mean, I'm so glad I hit the freeway the freeway clown in my last clutch last year, clutch number 9, because if not, I'd be sitting here going, in 3 weeks, I get my first chance of hitting one. Yeah. So now the ones come in. I mean, it's now I'm hopefully hitting other genes, but it's, you don't want to keep chasing something and have it never come. Mm-hmm. So, hobbyist breeder.
I mean, is there any other snake that you want to hit this year that sort of has the same feeling as like last year, like the monsoon?
Just any monsoon.
There's a lot, all the monsoon stuff. How about you? Unfortunately, Precious up there. It's like, you're just like, oh man, these guys suck. I wish I was them. But it's coming, man. That time's coming. We've all been where you are.
Fast.
So that's the thing. You got to realize we've all been where you are, waiting. You say you're 18 months in, and you're getting, hopefully your first clutch in the next few months, and end of the year. Me, it was like 3 or 4 years after I started buying animals and raising them up. I was told things that sort of slowed my growth of my animals, and we didn't have the knowledge and the people sharing information like now. Mm-hmm. So I think, oh my God, year 3, it was like, oh, I think I can pair them this year. So I know where you're coming from, and same with everyone else. Mm-hmm. Lord Elion had his first ball python clutch within the last year.
Yeah.
Now he's a pro, man. He's like, I got 3 at home. I got some with you. So
some with Austin.
Yeah. So, some with Chris. What? But yeah, it's, what I would say is, in order to take it to a business as a main income, you've got to sort of be set. And now I have to watch what I can do. When you have the, dual incomes, you can just sort of go nuts. Oh, let me get this. Let me get that. Let me get that. Oh, I just sold this. Let me get that. And I can add more to this because I got this coming in. Mm-hmm. Now that it's new territory for me, so I've got to sort of, it's not within my budget. And you hear a lot of people say that. Now that's going to be me. Like, it's not really in my budget right now. Mm-hmm. If I can make it happen, I might. But I got to be realistic to where... now I can't just go spend and buy what I like, because I have to worry about getting through the year. And if something doesn't happen, or, I have a slow month of sales, things are still there. So
to piggyback on that, just to sort of go a little bit further, did that change any of what you wanted to do pairing wise this year to make sure you had some stuff that you could turn around? No?
Oh, no.
I didn't expect it to.
So my thing is every pairing that I have, I want to make the best, and I want to hit those odds so I can hold them back. This year, however, there was a few animals. I think I got about 30 or 40 that I should have let go last year, but no, it's a breeder female. Why do you have these, Billy? I'm like, Austin, man, yeah, but dude, you got like 30 of those. Oh yeah. So it's something where I've let a lot go. Like all my het pied stuff has gone to Lord Elion, because, he's basically, getting in now and getting stuff that's been great for me where I don't need anymore. So I can sort of pass it down to someone else. And now he's going to take them and sort of grow where I have years ago, because I can replace them now with visuals. But I should have let them go last year. But this year, because I didn't sell them, I'm sitting there going, you know what, one more pair. You know what, there's no sense selling an animal for, $150, $200, $300, as a het albino or a het pied. Mm-hmm. Why sell them right now when I can get a clutch? I just sold somebody a het albino / het toffee female, 2,400 grams. Mm-hmm. We ultrasounded her, and I have another one that's being bred. So she'll lay, but because she wasn't building follicles, I let her go. But if she was building follicles, I would have, kept her and bred one of my power males to her, and profited from the clutch and then sold her. So you do have to sort of hang on to stuff to get projects going. And what I recommend is, if you're in a project, you want to have multiple females, especially, hets and double hets, because you don't hit the odds. You don't always hit those odds. And I think we talked about this with your, if I can give it away, your monarch and clown stuff. You have, a few females and some combo double hets growing up. You wish you had 20. There's not enough. There isn't, it's not like, oh, shoot, I have too many of these. No, it's just the more you have, the better odds you have. The better odds you have to make combos and hit those numbers instead of 1 in 16, if you have a 1 in 16 chance and you have 10 females going, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to hit one of them, or 2 or 4. I know with the double het Ghost Clown project, it took me 4 years to finally hit a double visual, but I hit 3 in 1 clutch. 3 years, nothing, and multiple clutches. I think I did 12 clutches and never hit I'm like, what? But I knew they were double hets because I'm hitting clowns and I'm hitting ghosts, but just not the double visual. And then 1 clutch, we're looking, and me and Austin were like, no. It's like, dude, that's it. That's a what? Like, how? That's it, too. It's like we hit 3 in 1 clutch.
You got a normal Ghost Clown, a pastel Enchi Butter Ghost Clown, and an Enchi Butter Ghost Clown.
Yep.
It's crazy. And then the year after, you did it again.
Yeah, well, this year, and then this year, I think I got like 11 or 12 clutches.
It's crazy.
So my odds are a lot better. So it'll be 1 in 4 and 1 in 8 compared to 1 in 16. So yeah, now 2012. So 5 years of breeding. This will be my 6th year breeding. From that project I started back in 2012, and just because I started in 2012, I also made other stuff in 2013, 2014 to add to the project.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, let's just make double het Ghost Clowns in 2012 and not look back. No, you want to keep stacking and, I need Enchi and I need this. And you want to build that project. But now I'm in a driver's seat. But, it's year 6.
Now we're going to add like pie to it. Another crazy stuff.
Yeah.
An Ultra Mel.
Yep. So much awesome stuff. Okay, next question. This is the last question, too. This is actually questions. This is from Jacob Ledbetter. So to each of you, what is the best part of the hobby? And on the flip side, what is the worst part? I'll answer Precious. What's the worst part? Not having eggs. Yet.
That's just for now, though.
Yeah.
Soon she'll get it.
We'll have you on in a year from now, and you're like, yeah, I did this, and I hit this. Because what another good thing is that I noticed, you've got visual desert ghost stuff. You're breeding combo hets. You've got, you're not just sitting there like, I have a spider and I'm going to put that to the pinstripe. You've done some research. You're investing in quality stuff. And I think that is going to put you to when you hatch out. What is the female het desert ghost?
That's a desert ghost.
She's a visual.
Visual desert ghost. And what's the male?
He's a super chocolate hypo het desert ghost.
So you're gonna hit chocolate desert ghost het hypos.
Yeah.
And wow, I don't even have one of those. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so when you hatch that out, you're gonna go, wow.
You're not even gonna want to sell it.
You're gonna get excited even hitting a bumblebee, a spider. Like when you hit your first babies, I don't care if it's normals. You're excited.
Yeah.
What was that?
I have no idea.
No clue.
Cool.
It was the ghost of your smoke alarm.
Woo.
This whole place is on fire and we just don't know.
Anyways, yeah, you're gonna hit you don't understand the feeling you're gonna have when no matter what comes out of that egg, you're just over the moon.
Yeah.
Like, and you're hitting chocolate desert ghost het hypo stuff. Like,
I've had
move
friends-
over, Miguel. Here comes Precious.
But I've had friends ask me, after you're done with that male, I want him. I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to be done with him. I have so many females I'm going to pair him to, down the line, because I have a visual hypo as well that he's going to go to when she's of, appropriate breeding weight. And I also, people are asking me about the desert ghost and all this, and it's like, I'm going to hold on to her too. I have the original plan was to pair her to my hypo pie, the male visual that I have, double visual, and I wanted to try to see if I could get some triple hets going, but he's not ready to go. He's perfect weight and everything. He's 2 years old, and he just smashes himself up against the corner of the tub when he's with the female. So I was like, okay, you're not ready. So that's next year. Hopefully he'll be ready. But I really, all the females that I have, all the males that I have that are really like powerhouses, I don't plan on getting rid of them.
Very smart. Yeah. And a lot of people asked that. That was one of the questions. Somebody had that. I just had so many. So I'm going to do this every week where I'll read off comments that, we pick from the Patreon. But that was another one. It was just so many. I'm like, but you brought it up. When I buy a male, I don't buy a male for today or this breeding season. I buy a power male that, they're with me for 3, 4, 5 years if it's the right male.
Yeah.
The one that we've split on, it's going to be in our collection for 10 years, man.
That's not going anywhere.
It's a visual triple recessive. I have luckily 3 others. not many people have triple visual recessive males.
Yeah.
They ain't going anywhere anytime
Especially
soon.
with like key ingredients.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Orange Dream Yellow Belly Fighter Pied male I got from Justin in 17, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Is it 16?
It was 16 because he didn't breed until 18 and 19. Yeah. That male's still with me. I'm going to have him at least for another year, if not 2. And I also bought another one from Will from Royal Canadian Reptiles, Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Leopard, Pastel Pied. You know, it doesn't have the fire, but it has the leopard and you know, the pastel. And it's still, you know, somebody else asked me, like, why did you get that? You already have this. Yeah, but it has this, and it's just a backup. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was me.
was it you?
I'm pretty sure I was the one that asked why you bought it.
Why did you buy it, man? Because you have this. It's like, yeah, because, you know, you want to have, and this is the worst year for me of pairing males. I mean, when you pair males, they will go off food, but you can get them back on. But this year we just got like, oh, hey, eating great, producing sperm, put them in, getting a lock or two. And like, what do you mean you don't want to eat for 2 months? Like, come on.
My dreamsicle.
Yep. So it just happens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to have another power male, and then it also has other genes that I don't have in the other. So, you know, when you buy a male, don't just buy it for now. You know, you want to invest in it and use that, especially with myself. I buy it for a project, not just I'm going to buy this and I'm going to make a whole bunch of this and sell all this off. My logic is, what can I do that works with what I have? Let me buy it. I can do this, make this, and then I can turn this into this. And I'm thinking 3 to 5 years down the road. And I ever since I sort of adapted that mentality, probably about 5-6 years ago, 7 years ago, let me make this. And it's not what I can make now. It's what I'm going to make in the future. And the future's here. And you guys see me. I'm doing amazing. But it's because I put the thought in, you know, 3-4 years ago to make what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I can speak for some of the bigger breeders as well. You know, with even Justin, his clown stuff, he just doesn't say, oh, let me just buy this, put it to this and see what comes out. No, he's sort of knowing what he wants to do. I need to get this. I need to make this color darker. Let's get in some chocolate. Let's get into, you know, blackhead. And, you know, you see what he's doing. He has some a method behind the madness. He's got a path. He's bringing these in and doing stuff to sort of, you know, push his creativity and see what it affects and how things interact with each other. So if you don't have a goal or some sort of plan, I don't know. I mean, I'd be bored just making stuff like, oh, cool. Do you need, like, hey, Austin, do you know what you want? Nah, you guys can have it. I don't need it because it's like, oh, wow, man, look at this. Orange Dream Yellow Belly Ghost Pied. Wow, please be a male. Yes, it ain't going anywhere because now that's my, you know, my future breeder for the next 2-3 years when I get him to breed. So if you're not breeding to make animals for yourself or for your collection, I think you're doing it the wrong way. And, you know, if you're buying breeder females without a goal, you know, just because it makes eggs, you're so lost. You're going to be more lost and wonder why no one wants your stuff or how come so many people have it. You have no direction. And to me, and you'll find this out, Precious, when you make something that you've been chasing for years, that dream, oh, I can't wait to do this, and you have all the ingredients in your collection, when it finally happens, it's like, there's nothing like it. It's worth every single second and minute and day you put into this. You know? To
just comment on something you just said too, sort of going back to something we were talking about a little bit ago as well. One big, I don't want to say mistake, but one big thing that I see a lot of newer breeders and some older breeders doing, once they hit that crazy power male this year, they're immediately turning around and selling their breeder male that made that animal because they're thinking, oh, this animal will breed for me next year.
He's going to replace it, yeah.
And they sell their breeder animal, and this animal is not ready to go. You think it is. It looks like it's ready. It's producing sperm for you, but it's just not there yet.
Yeah, I did that.
You screw yourself out of
Yeah, a whole clutch or
Yeah.
a project. I did that. I did that on Patreon. My stories with some animals, and I've used animals from big breeders, even ones that I've produced myself. And they're 900, 800 grams producing sperm. Just do not know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And wow, I mean, I have some animals that I bought, and they were my my go-tos, and they didn't breed until year 2.
How about the clown pied?
The clown pied, 3 years.
Oh wow.
That really kicked
Clown
the project.
pied I had in 16.
I think 16.
16,
Late 16.
late 16 didn't breed. Understood. 17, it was about 1,100 grams, didn't breed. I'm like, what the hell? 18, it got 1 clutch.
And
And then this year, I think I got 5 or 6 or 7, maybe 8.
yep.
Yeah, but yeah, 1 male, 3 years. And I'm like, come on, man. Like some of the clown pied or the pied het clown and clown het pieds or some of the combo double hets I'd have already, they'd be breeding now if he bred in 17.
Holy cow, yeah.
Yeah.
So do not, you know what Chris says, don't, to me, even on that point, I'm actually switching it up now where I'm actually going to have more males holding back than I ever have in my life just because of things I've seen over the last 2 years, but mainly this year. And it's frustrating. Hopefully you don't get that your first year.
Yeah.
Precious. Your male's going to just go lock up with everything, give you lots of babies and eggs, and you can hold stuff back, sell off what you don't want, and add to
She already said her.
ever-growing collection.
She already said her hypopide's giving her a hard time. So
I actually recently bought a pastel calico clown that was my intention to buy him to replace my regular pastel clown. But I had a thought, like, I should sell this pastel clown. And I decided not to because I'm like, well, you don't know if this one's going to go. You don't know if it's going to work. He's fairly small. He's only around like 600 grams. Not to say that he won't get bigger, but I don't know if he's going to be ready to breed. And regardless, pastel clown is not as popular now, but it can still be added to some really, really nice projects down the line when you're talking about other recessives and other really nice codoms. So I decided to keep the 2. So, and he's a great breeder. I'm talking, he will get in a tub with a female who won't lock with anyone else, and he can give it a go. And I don't know what it is, but I mean, he goes. So I'm going to keep him. And then once that pastel calico clown actually gives me some eggs, then I'll decide to maybe sell the clown. But you have to think about too, it's not that terrible to have 2 of the same genes or similar genes when you can, further down the line, 4 or 5 years down the line, really pair their babies together, pair different clutches together from different dads that are similar to get, really, really nice combos. So I only have like 34 bull pythons. So I don't want to get like too crazy with having like similar genes and similar genetics, but I like want to be very smart in, what I'm letting go and what I'm keeping. So
Worst part of the hobby. And you can't say having to put up with me. That's what these guys having to put up with Billy 8 hours a day. Like,
There's
Come
way
back,
worse
do,
stuff.
do the podcast.
yes, there's way worse. Yes.
A million times worse.
Cool. How about you, Liz?
Yeah, so I guess best and worst part, it kind of goes both directions, as I would say other people in the industry. They can be the best they can be the best thing that's ever happened to you. We've definitely made lots of great lifelong friends from all over by being in this industry, but there's also other times where it's just like the people can be your worst enemy, man.
Yeah.
It can be crazy. Just some of the things that these people come up with. So I would definitely say the people are the best and the worst, just kind of depending on the person and what side you're on at the time. But
Definitely.
good answer.
Yeah. How about you, Precious?
I would say personally, the worst part, I don't know. This is I hate about I guess myself personally, I wish I had enough space to kind of do what I want in this hobby. Like right now I'm like operating out of a 2-bedroom apartment, so I don't have as much space as I want to, hoping to change that next year. But I think just the addictiveness of like wanting to go so deep into this hobby, wanting to, follow that passion, that dream of having this morph and that morph and creating these combos, but then being restricted with like your everyday life, especially if you're doing this like on the side. My restriction is, the space that I have is minimal. So I wanted to get like a 50/20, ARS rack when I finally got a ARS rack, or I want to get a 50/40, but I had to get a 50/20 because it's like, okay, you don't have the space for this. Let's be realistic. So I want to eventually grow to a point where I can do what I want to do in the hobby. And I think the worst part about this hobby for me is not being able to do what I want when I want to, like, how quickly I want to. I would have to agree with Liz as well. I have gotten a lot of like backlash with the YouTube. There's a lot of trolls on the internet.
No, come on, really?
I thought they're all under the bridges.
Come on, I don't
they were all
believe you.
watching
They're-
Mutation Creation only.
Yeah, there's
come
only
on.
nice people on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that as a female breeder, some of the other, especially when you're new, there's like a lack of respect a little bit, when
A woman that's new breeding ball pythons. Oh my god, she don't
Doing
know
better
nothing.
than me? Oh no.
Anything.
Right, what? So that would be the worst for me. The best part is the relationships that I've created. Man, I mean, I've gotten some friendships out of doing this that I've never, like, I'm an introvert, so I don't really like go out. I don't really like have too many friends. And there are people that I met in this hobby a year and a half, 2 years ago that I talk to every day. Then I don't have anybody I really talk to every day except for my family. And I think that that's probably the best part of the hobby for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
How about you, Austin?
Best part, aside from like the community, I think it's just producing the animals and the excitement you get. Because like all the work and time you put in, the money, like that's another aspect, but the time and like just the emotions that get invested are amazing. And the worst part is probably like losing animals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
it happens.
That's the most devastating part ever.
I mean, it's funny because, we're grown-ass men. I mean, I'm 50, and I hear, wow, I'm jumping up, high-fiving, freaking out, taking pictures. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You,
The worst part?
worst or best, both.
I would say the best part is the community. The community, I see it getting bigger and bigger, especially with like social media. People are jumping onto YouTube a lot more. So there's a lot more information out there that people are sharing. So that's great. The worst part, I would have to say, I probably have to say like right now, like this whole pandemic has definitely like stopped everyone from going like to reptile expos and stuff like that. That's something that I miss a lot, like just the reptile expos. But
Yeah, because you're like the vlog king of them. Like you're always like, it's just, that's something that you always do. And I know a lot of people are, when they come out there, a lot of people come up and say, oh my God, hey, and they get to finally meet you and stuff. And it does suck.
So not going, it does kind of suck because like you said, like that's like somewhere where I like to go, like to interact with the people that like, you entertain, and you also like help out like online. So seeing them in person is like really really good feeling.
It's funny because there's so many times where I don't feel like going to the Reptile Expo. You know what? Nah, it's just the same people. Nah, let me not go. And you don't go.
Yeah.
And now that we haven't had one for like 5-6 months and don't know when we're going to have it again, it's like, man, like I really want to go to an expo.
You're going to be hugging people when you go there.
Yeah.
There's going to be so many people when they finally open those things back up. It's going to be packed.
It's like, I've never been to an expo, but I got to get to one just to get out of the house. Like, there's going to be so many people, coming to an expo just so that they can get out of the house. Like just to find out what this is all about.
Aren't expos open in the States though?
Yeah, a few countries.
In some places.
Well, Liz vended at one about a month ago. Did you not?
Yeah, yep. They had one open in Iowa. So they ended up moving or having another Tinley that they're hosting in St. Louis. We should be going to Daytona at the end of this month.
You're actually going to go into Florida? You are a brave soul. Like, hell no. Free ball pythons from, all the big breeders. Come and pick them up. No, I'll pass. I'll stay away from Florida. Wow.
Shoutouts to Florida.
That's like the mecca center of COVID right now, isn't it? Like
That's where it
That-
moved.
That in Chicago, which I'm only like 2 hours from Chicago. So
Wow.
Don't go to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, if you go to Chicago from out of state right now, they're doing a mandatory 2-week quarantine.
Holy
So
jeez.
we were supposed to be flying to Daytona, but we have to fly through the Chicago airport. So I think we're gonna end up having to make the 18-hour drive.
It's more
instead of
safe.
Flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, why get COVID in Chicago when I can go 18 hours and get it in Florida?
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Oh, I hope it all
The
goes
heat
well.
Kills it. It's okay.
Imagine a drive-through like Reptile Expo.
Yeah, but then you'd be honking like honk honk, got my turn, honk.
Yeah. I don't know how that would
we
work.
had several of them.
Holy
Just
cow.
outside of Chicago, they did drive-through Reptile Expo.
Was
That's
it like in
insane.
a parking lot? Like, how
Yeah, so it was in a parking lot. We did not vend because I was not comfortable putting my reptiles outside when it was like 60 degrees.
Yeah, definitely not.
Um,
That's just foolish.
But yeah, but yeah, they had people that were driving through, and vendors had tables set up outside, and it was literally a drive. So
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
it was interesting.
I guess so.
I think a warehouse would work if there's enough space, but like to do it in a parking lot, that's very sketchy.
A warehouse. We're
Well,
we're
yeah,
at
you weren't
convention
allowed
centers
to-
and we're
you
packed.
weren't allowed to have anyone inside a building. That was the whole.
Oh, okay,
the
then
whole
yeah.
point of doing it. Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
Oh, here's the next question.
Mhm.
This is for the four of us. Okay, and I'm just gonna say Austin. Austin wins.
Why?
You want to know the question?
what is it?
I mean, how is he gonna win?
Who smokes the most?
No,
Three.
no.
Oh, okay, what is it?
Oh, that's
Wait.
definitely Austin. It's like who
Oh,
is
no,
the?
I think I have you.
I think Nick has you still.
Oh,
I think Nick
It's not a
has you still.
competition. It's not a competition.
Now all of a sudden it's not a
No,
competition.
no, but like I think
who is the
I don't want to
coolest?
destroy my body.
Who's the coolest of the four of us?
That's the question.
Yeah,
How did
He did-
Austin win?
I don't know. He's just
he didn't-
so.
Billy, finish the
Wait.
question.
No, it's
Billy just went
yeah.
for it.
No, it just says who is the coolest of the four of you.
I don't know.
And
And
then
Austin wins this?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Pretty
I don't
cool guy, you know.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He drives a Mercedes, got the Gold, he changes it up.
Got a new dog.
God, yeah, he comes in all swagged
Just-
up with the hairdo once in a while.
You have to try
The
sometime.
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, he changes it up, the jewelry. Like, look at he's got this, comes in.
That's how you clean snakes with gold on his wrist.
Yeah, so I would say Austin. So
Oh, thank you.
Wait, where's the catch?
no, there's no catch.
Oh,
and,
okay.
and
I was
why
waiting
is
for the punchline.
why
Hold on.
is it Lord Elion?
That was the end of the question.
Why is it Lord Elion?
Why is what?
Your name, Lord Elion.
Oh, why
did-
my name is Lord Elion?
It's
I don't know.
it's Elias. How did you get Lord Elion?
Tell him. Tell him what you told me.
I honestly, my story has changed like so much, like Lord Elion. Like I, at this point, I don't even know. But for the most part, I think
There you go, eh?
Yeah,
The truth here.
yeah, I think it just started like Elion. I guess like because my name is Elias, I went Elion, so it's like Lion. I think that's as far as I went.
Okay, I'm
And,
lost.
and then the Lord part is just something I guess like in high school, just kind of like transition.
So just between us, I think Billy read that wrong to himself because the whole question was
I
supposed to
already
be.
know what it
Oh,
is.
okay, yeah. It's supposed to be who's the coolest between the four of you and why is it Lord Elion?
Oh,
That's what I thought it was too.
so I win technically.
Oh,
Yeah.
When
see, I
Not
bet
like
it
Willie
at the
just
two-part-
gave me it.
That's why I was
Trying
telling
to go
you
into
to
the
finish it.
definition of my
Oh.
name. I'm like, I don't know. Like someone just gave it to me, I guess.
No, you can look at this two different ways.
Let me see.
I see. Now, if you read it all fast,
Is there two? Is there two question marks?
no, just one.
Okay, then it's one question.
Yeah.
No, I mean, who is the
Is
coolest?
that a thing?
And why
Who
is
is
it
the
Lord
coolest of the four of you, and why is it Lord Elion?
The first one was like a statement, and the second one was a question.
Yeah, but
It's like
I mean,
a question
I took it. See,
statement. It's a weird-
I take things literally. Like I
Yeah.
dissect it.
Yeah.
you know?
100%.
And that's why. So I guess Lord Elion, you're the coolest.
Elion? Yeah, I know.
You are the coolest.
I am. I'm
You
pretty
know?
cool.
Cool. Still don't understand why it's Lord Elion.
I don't know.
You take Elias and then Elion.
What?
You take Billy and go Barracuda.
But that's what I
Wha-
mean. Like,
what?
how am I supposed to like
How
know
the
the
hell do you
definition
get-
of the name that someone gave to
I
me?
don't
I
know.
guess like
Was Lord Elias taken though? Like, is there
No,
a
I
reason you didn't do that?
no. I just
I
figured
just wanted to be a lion.
exactly.
Fair enough.
Look at the hair.
Exactly. It's been so long ago too, so it's like finding the definitions. Like I don't know at this point.
Yeah.
Just make up a story and go with it from now on. Like just make up a really solid.
That's what I'm
one.
gonna start doing. Like I'm gonna say like Bill Gates just came to me and just gave it to me. Yeah. I'm still
Okay,
waiting
so-
for my private jet, but
We're gonna do some other stuff. How are we doing for time? That's not bad. An hour and a half in. We're doing
Almost
pretty
time
good.
for my break.
Almost. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a few things here. We got a little thing for Austin to do. Then we can do sort of questions from people watching, and
That said, people start asking some questions, and I'll pick them out here while we're
Yeah,
going over
perfect.
all this.
so here, Tom from Atypical. They have this is sort of like just achievements or stuff that's coming up. So Tom and the Atypical family, first egg cutting. I believe it's August the 3rd.
It
So
is.
a week, just over a week. Is it a week today? When's August the
I
3rd?
think it's less than a week.
Their very first ever
Yeah, a week from today.
week from today.
That's amazing.
Sick.
I believe they're doing a live on Instagram for that too.
On Saturday?
I think it falls on Monday.
No, but there's egg cutting. They're going to leave
Oh.
it. It's probably they might even pip before. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
So
I was gonna do an egg cutting with them, and I actually miscounted my days, so I'll be on like day 58. So I don't think I'm gonna make it.
yeah, no. So congratulations to them. That's going to be exciting. I can't wait. It's awesome. You
gonna
know,
be
we're
sick.
going to have that with you, Precious, soon.
I know, 30 days.
She's
Fingers
gonna
crossed.
cut it on day one. She's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
so excited. Day one.
What's
egg
in there
cutting.
now?
Okay, so here's another person also. You know, we love giving shout outs and sort of helping people out. And Eastern Florida Pythons. They're chasing 10,000 followers on Instagram.
Nice.
So right now, I think they're 1,300 away. And they're going to do a 10,000K
Giveaway.
giveaway.
Nice.
And it's a snake. Sorry, I was going to say Canadians only. Americans only.
Oh no.
Yeah, but doesn't mean us Canadians can't support him.
Yeah.
So he puts out videos. He has a YouTube channel. Yeah, go check him out. And Eastern Florida Pythons, he actually has, that's his Instagram as well as a YouTube channel. His YouTube channel, I think, I have it right here. Let me just see. Does that come up?
Yep. It should.
Hi everybody, Solomon here with East.
So there's Solomon.
What's up,
Yeah.
Solomon?
So
He's not actually live.
He
It's
can't hear
okay.
you.
I'm just saying what's up.
Yeah. Did it come up on screen?
I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's a little
so-
bit delayed, but yeah, it's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning
it did.
I'm still learning to work with this. So Solomon here, he only has 755 subs.
Yeah.
So we gotta give him some love here on his Instagram. I mean,
On his
YouTube.
YouTube.
on both, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I mean this here was he did another video today I watched. So I watched the video today, and it you know,
Yeah.
it was almost like a little rant, you know. So which it's great. I think you know people should watch it also.
Yeah.
He's got some good points. Yeah, so hopefully get him to 10,000 on Instagram. He gives a snake giveaway, and give him some love on the YouTube.
Yeah.
You know,
It's super cool.
Speaking of YouTube, you have like this guy here, man, just blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blowing up.
Hey, what are you at? Like 1,500 now?
No, I wish.
What are you at? 12?
I don't know, 13.5?
Ooh,
13.50?
Nice.
Still,
That's okay. It's good. It's good. No, I'm humble over it,
Yeah.
but I'm appreciative 100%. Like, I didn't expect that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, the people had a bribe, and
I knew you had a part of it.
You know how many accounts I had to make?
Damn, man. Thank you, Chris.
like. No, it's awesome. No, it's good. Okay. Oh yeah, one more person. Dan's balls with a Z.
Nice.
Have him right here. Boom.
Wow, it was fast.
That was
Yes,
fast.
it's coming.
That's a really cool logo.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah.
Skulls. snakes going through. That's the common theme now. Snakes going through the skull.
That was
Yeah.
one of the first stickers we got. Like I remember
One of them.
I
Yeah.
remember that from a long time ago.
No, it wasn't. I mean,
Well, it was a while ago.
it was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
before
so
we had all the tiles.
He just hit 1,000 followers, so that's good for him.
Congrats.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that 1,000 followers is like the 1,000-gram wall that all
Yeah,
pythons
it's like
hit.
your tipping
like-
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we'll just give some shout outs to those people. Congratulations and future congrats to Tom and the family. So sick.
Yep.
Hopefully they get some crazy odds.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the pairing is. But it doesn't matter. It could be a bunch of normals. They're going to
Oh,
be
no.
over the moon.
Should I search it up?
I should know this. I feel so bad for not.
I'm
going to
say Mojave with a pinstripe because I know he likes both.
Mm-hmm.
Mojave pin.
I'm sorry, Tom. Put it in the comments. He's here.
Is
So,
he? Oh,
yeah.
congrats, man. Sick.
Yep.
Pastel Woma something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, I'm almost
I'm
there.
such a terrible person.
My phone's data's so slow.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with us.
Oh, Dan's Ball's here too. Said thanks.
Oh, is he? Phenomenal.
What's up, man?
Congratulations, man. Hitting that milestone.
Yep. We have a couple of super chats. I don't know if you want to go through them.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. So what we'll do is,
We got a few questions. now,
okay, so
too,
why don't we do this?
There's a
Austin?
few questions. There's also some. Someone gave $50 for
Wow.
us to get to McDonald's. So
Thank you for that.
Cool. There's
Yeah.
lunch tomorrow.
Twen-
So do you want to do us a favor then? You want to go and do what?
You said lunch tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
not
Chris
here.
is
Sorry,
there.
Chris.
Chris,
yeah.
you might as well drop by.
We'll save you some fries.
yeah. Maybe the ketchup packs because we can put them in the fridge.
If you want to go do your thing
100%.
and then bring up some fresh water.
Yeah. The
And
super
then-
chat is really cool, because
Yeah, and then when you get back, we'll do your section.
100%.
Yeah.
It was a Woma female. He just did not put what the male was.
Okay.
Maybe it's in the comments.
I was missing one. I knew it. It was Pastel Lesser to a Woma.
Cool.
Okay.
He just texted me. Thanks,
Awesome.
Tom.
Nice.
Thanks, Tom.
I'll be right back.
Nice.
1 week today.
It's going to be awesome.
So he said that the third is actually day 55, so he might get a pit before that.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What do you incubate at?
that I couldn't tell you. I'm hoping he pops up here.
Okay, just making sure. Look at that. Thank you, Austin. Sweet. Okay, so let's get to some questions now.
Yep. The super chat. Do you have it? What's that? Do you have the super chats pulled up?
I don't have. I mean, I can go back. Oh wow, did they disappear?
Yeah, you have to go to the very top, like scroll up.
He
and you'll
did.
start seeing them.
Oh no, I couldn't because my YouTube crashed. Had to reopen it.
Oh,
and
okay.
there hasn't been one since.
Okay, so on you, Lord.
Yep. So we got Brian. He asked, or he says, I have eggs due the 4th of August
Nice.
of this year.
Yep.
That can produce super pastel pies, 100%, double het VPI, DG, and 50% het clowns. My first
Damn.
stab at quads for a long-term project.
Nice.
Very good.
So he has quite a, I guess, vision. Also, we got Python.
Oh,
Says,
PAC. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he says, keep up, Billy. Really enjoying your content, your channel, your content. And Pack will be on its way. Shirts are done.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So
Sweet.
nice care pack. And, there's a few more, but
Yeah, we got, Austin's going to be like 10 minutes.
yeah, I'm just going to have to find them. But yeah, no, if you guys want to send super chats, it's really simple, but, we can answer a bunch of questions this way. So it'll definitely, pop up on the screen a lot, easier to read them. But yeah, I think that's it for right now.
Okay, so then what we're going to do, while we're waiting for Austin, we can do you.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is now,
I didn't get a fancy paper.
yeah, so basically,
I don't know
So-
what this paper really is, but
no, so basically it's funny and silly stuff on the internet.
okay.
So here's the first one. Okay, ready? You seen this one yet?
No, I have not, but
So-
the description says,
Oh,
If you
It's
take
a
a
lot.
look at it, okay, it's a blue
oh,
eyed Lucy.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so awesome. Nice picture.
Maybe they're half French.
The description, what does the description say?
Says eats a lot. I mean,
And it's a female, which is good because you always want
Yeah.
your females to eat. She was born
January 2018.
and she weighs
6 grams.
because she eats a lot.
Yeah.
And the total length,
She's 7 meters? Holy smell. That's some really skinny.
oh man,
good
7
one.
meters, 6 gram,
Oh, my goodness.
2-year-old female.
And she's proven.
And she's
And she's
proven.
a-
Where do you
Proven
see
breeder.
that?
Second last line. Proven
my
breeder at 6 grams.
Man, I would buy this just for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Gee,
Yeah.
wow.
That's
Take my money.
convincing.
That's I didn't even see the proven part. You know what I mean? It gets better and better.
Wait, what
I
kind
mean-
of live rat can a 6 gram animal eat?
I don't know. I mean, I would have to cut up, a rat tail off to feed it, or a leg.
Yeah.
You could,
Mixing black pastel and cinnamon, you make
Well, yeah, but
Blue-eyed
that's-
Lucy's?
Yeah, that's,
No.
that's a new one.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm like, is there a way that?
That's why
Can-
the name's different.
Can you smell scam?
Yeah, I don't-
It's probably not even their animal.
yeah.
Yeah, it is a blue-eyed Lucy though, but I mean the traits are not definitely not black
No,
pastel cinnamon.
Not even close.
That's an 8-ball.
Yeah, that'd be
Wow.
black, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a super cine
Mm-hmm.
or a super black pastel. They call it the 8-ball.
yeah.
But wow, I didn't even notice that. See, I just saw some of the
scam.
parts and laughed. Now it's even funnier.
They probably just ship you the grass that's in the
Maybe
picture.
they meant on top of whatever's making the bell. That's also what it is.
Yeah.
No, no, I don't.
Are
You know,
were you the one that made this? Trying to sell us it?
I could be.
okay, here's
Not
the
gonna
next
say
one.
anything else.
Here's the next one. Here we go. This is all the way.
Yeah, that's clearly like
Any
Most-
reptile.
yeah.
How many of this do you have?
I don't know. I always say I lost count after like 10 or 15.
Yep.
It happens. Like it seems like a lot, but
Have you ever tried to do a count and then just given up? And just like, I got like, well, yeah, I don't
usually
know.
when I start counting,
Something.
let's say breeders, yeah, like I might give it a go. But then once you start like looking at the hatchlings and all that, then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe,
Yeah, because I run anywhere. I'm usually around 1,800.
yeah.
But when I'm low, I think I'm around 16 now.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I'll have 400, 500, 600 come out of the incubator, and then I'm running over 2,000.
Yeah. And I mean,
So-
now that you have like so many hatching out like almost every day,
Mm-hmm.
it's like,
Those were some not fun Wednesday nights.
Here's the next one.
Billy didn't even acknowledge that.
Probably not. So here's on our Patreon. I'm going to blow it up.
is that your hands?
It is.
It is.
So someone basically made a meme with my hands.
Yeah.
And it's true. Right, Liz? It's
Same,
to
same
me
issue, yes.
it's the same as I don't know about the 25,637th clutch, but I'm
mean,
pretty sure it would
How
be.
many clutches do you think you had like throughout your whole like breeding? If you had to say roughly.
Well, how many years in a row have you had over 100 now? Or planning to?
222, so 5. Well, we're not including this year.
Mm-hmm.
So 250, 350, 450. I'm probably after this year, it'll be over 1,000 clutches.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, after this year. But yeah, someone messaged me this like, "Oh, those your hands?" I'm like, "Yep,
That's funny.
they're definitely my scissors."
Yep. And I'm going to assume that Austin picked that egg because of molten gold.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I wonder what video that's from. I'm wearing a Mutation Creation shirt,
Maybe it was a
So it-
Patreon
so it
video.
could have been a Patreon video.
I think it
Or
was.
an old video, because I always, on my Patreon, I always wear Mutation Creation shirts.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, I always wear, somebody's shirt.
There's bins stacked behind you, which you haven't had in your videos for quite a while. You usually make sure it's quite nice and clean. So
But not only that, ever since we switched everything, so that was probably about 6 months ago, maybe more.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Good observation, Chris.
Are you a detective?
I try to be.
Like, how do you even see that? That's like in the corner. You can barely. I did not
Because
see that.
because we were avoiding knocking those piles over for
Oh.
so long. Oh, the Leaning Tower of bins was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yep. Remember
Oh
that
my
one I had
God.
was like almost over 6 feet high?
Yeah.
The Jenga. I put it on my Instagram too.
Yeah.
Here's another one. We got 2 more. Here's one. One bite from this snake can kill 500 men, but I'm going to tickle its balls.
Oh no. And that guy was like a savage when it came to like the wildlife.
Oh, in every aspect.
Yeah.
And his kids now are sort of following behind him,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Super neat.
Yep. Definitely not forgotten. And here we go. Ready? There you go, Chris. Okay.
Oh man.
Imagine opening your hood and like, wow, that's got to be Florida.
Yeah.
I'd be stoked.
Would you really though?
Yeah.
I mean,
so
like if
cool.
that happened like every single like week.
I just want to know how. I mean, wow, that had to really get up there because I would assume the hood would have been closed, so it would have had to crawl from underneath up.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they don't make enough room. I don't know. I
No.
mean,
No.
It's got to be an older
that's
car.
got to be an older car because nowadays you can't even. I don't even know how they get their hands in to sort of take the bolt off.
Well, they try to not let you, so you have to bring
You
it
have
in.
to bring it in.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. There you are. Yay. You're back. So while we're waiting for the King Austin, what else we got on the go? Any questions?
The one that I picked up was actually from our boy Reggie, Reggie's Urban Jungle.
Oh, Reggie.
I guess you touched on this last week, but we didn't really get into it between the three of us and our guests. So he wants to know everybody's 2 most anticipated clutches this year.
Precious?
Well, it would definitely be the Desert Ghost if she goes this year. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's, you know what? I mean, damn, that's a great clutch.
That's cooler than most of the stuff I'm making this year. Like,
That's
it's
awesome.
It's your first. It's
No,
crazy.
I mean, I think that's awesome. And a good thing about this hobby is you can start at any level and make stuff, and not everybody's going to be making the same stuff you are. I'll just give a huge shout out to April from ALP Morphs.
Oh yeah.
She bought a bunch of actually every single animal she bought was asphalt / yellow belly. Asphalt / yellow belly in the combos. And I have some in the incubator right now. I mean, I've never hit a banana super asphalt. I've hit a pastel banana super asphalt, but I haven't hit a banana super asphalt.
Yeah.
Mine are cooking in the incubator. Well, I hope I'm not, if she's watching, I'm like, oh, I didn't want to tell anybody yet. Well, I'm spoiler alert, sorry, April. But she actually hit one. So she hit a banana super asphalt. So both of the male proved out last year and the female proved out this year. So she actually hit a banana super asphalt. And
Combo.
Oh, yes. I think it's fire as well.
Was that her first clutch too, or
No.
not her first
Yeah.
clutch,
No.
but she's
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, here's the king of freeways, and I haven't hit one. I should hit. I have a couple chances of hitting it. Something I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
Somebody new, a few years in, just getting the right stuff, putting 2 animals together, and both those animals proved out. One last year and one this year, and has a banana super asphalt, probable fire.
Yeah, it looks fire.
and
let her fly.
You think it's firefly?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't think this.
I think it's fire.
I think it's
pastel
banana
for
fire.
I haven't looked at the recent
Let's
picture she sent
argue.
me. Or did I? Let me see
you.
this.
Let's argue over the picture that nobody else has seen.
Yeah.
It's only me.
But I mean, it's awesome how, she hit something that I should have hit last year, but I had no good odds, and I'm doing it again this year. Yeah, maybe, because the blushed out. It could be a firefly banana.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I still have a chance to hit the banana, just the banana.
You might hit the world's
But I
first.
mean, it's definitely a world's first from where I'm sitting. But I mean, it's just awesome how they can do that. And yourself, you're first year in, 18 months in, and you're gonna hit stuff and make stuff that I don't even have in my collection growing up. That project. I mean, I have some chocolate stuff, but not hypo and not Desert Ghost. And, I don't even have that much Desert Ghost. And what I did with my Desert Ghost is a total different direction. So just because I have Desert Ghost and other people have Desert Ghost and you have Desert Ghost doesn't mean we're all making the same stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about it. So you're going to be making stuff in a year or so. And you go, damn, did you see what she made? And the reason is because you put effort into that project you wanted and you bought the proper animals with the ingredients and put the time in. And, it's great. Like, I can't wait. Like, look what Precious made. Look what Precious made. Oh, my God. It's going to be awesome.
I lucked up so bad on the female. I got her like 2 years ago, and she was a tiny baby. And I think maybe people were sleeping on Desert Ghost at this time. I'm not sure.
A few years ago, yeah. They're still sleeping on it.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
And she was auctioned from Ben Siegel for $90. No one else bid on her.
Damn.
What?
And now she's breeding size. That's sick.
And now, and she was sold as a male. So I popped her, and I'm like, there are no hemipenes. And I tried to put a female in there with her and didn't lock. So I'm like, oh my God, I have a Desert Ghost female. This is impossible. Like, it was like magnificent. So that's when I actually got the super chocolate. I'm like, I'm about to make some dope Desert Ghost stuff. So yeah, I lucked up really good.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you hit that world first, name it Precious. The Precious morph.
The super Precious.
That'd be cool.
Love it.
Okay, so now you're back. Any questions?
Well, we haven't even finished the question that we started on.
What was that one?
Top 2 anticipated clutches.
Oh, my
Everybody.
Lord. See? I get so sidetracked.
Your 2 top?
Everybody's.
Oh, shit.
My 2 top. I have a black pastel Enchi, asphalt het lavender. So it's an allelic animal, bred to the exact same animal. Black pastel, Enchi, asphalt, het lavender. They're both 50% het monsoon. If they both prove out and I hit monsoon, it's nuts. Just from the stuff that I have from that whole lineage is going to prove out to be 50% het monsoon, which will just, it's exciting.
And the crazy thing about that is you can't even hit a normal or just a single gene. Everything is going to be an allelic animal.
I could hit I could hit an allelic, double super, double recessive.
I mean,
So I could hit super pastel. The odds are ridiculous, but I mean, it's possible. Super pastel, either super black pastel, super Enchi, or black pastel Enchi. Okay, because it's allelic, so it's going to have to be
one of the two.
One of the three combos. With the super pastel, super asphalt, lavender, and if it proves out, I could hit monsoons as well.
That's insane.
So that's one, because it proves out a lot of stuff. It will just add more solidifying facts that black pastel and Enchi and cinnamon and Enchi are allelic.
There's really good facts already showing
Of
that.
course there is,
100
but it's
million
just,
percent
it's
are.
more. I mean, Justin has said it many times. There's quite a few other people that have done it. It's just,
You have a few people who think they hit stuff that they didn't hit.
yeah.
And they
So
come.
it's just something else. But I'd love to see a super, to me, I really want to hit a super Enchi, super asphalt lavender.
I think, and monsoon to boot. That'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
insane.
But
That'd
I
be
mean,
crazy.
well, let's not be greedy. But I mean,
you get it. You
it's
get
a
it.
very
Even
very
just a
powerful-
lavender monsoon would be insane.
Holy shit.
But if you hit that, it's guaranteed minimum.
super Enchi,
Yeah.
super black
That's so
pastel, or
insane.
Enchi
That's so crazy.
or Enchi black pastel minimum.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
insane.
So yeah, it's crazy. So that's one of mine. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm trying to prove out that's het monsoon. So I'm just doing it, pairings to prove it out, and then once I know it is 100%, then I can have a new attack next year and the year after. But I'm really looking forward to the spot nose yellow belly heck clown, we bred to the Super Pastel Enchi Asphalt Het Clown. And she should be dropping within the next week or two. She should be dropping. I've already got 2 clutches of the Freeway Clowns in the incubator, but I think that one is going to be key.
Imagine hitting an NG spot nose pastel freeway clown.
Yeah,
Like that's just
it's sick. I
What
don't
you
know.
guys hit today, but with freeway, like
Sick.
literally, and yet
It'll be crazy.
nuts.
So yeah, those are my 2. How about you, Austin?
I have some triple head stuff I'm doing. It's not that crazy what's gonna hatch out, but for the future it's gonna be crazy. I have an enhancer G stripe to a vanilla clown, so some triple heads I'm definitely gonna look forward to holding back, and maybe my spot nose yellow belly het clown. There's a chance it's asphalt, and it looks way crazier than any other spot nose yellow belly I've ever seen. And I'm breeding that to a vanilla pastel clown. I already had that pairing once, but something happened to the clutch, and I made a YouTube video about that. It's going to be out tomorrow. But
Ooh.
definitely looking forward to redoing that clutch.
How about you, Liz?
Yeah, I would say my Monarch stuff I was excited about this season. So last time I counted, our odds have gotten a little bit better, thank goodness. But I was 9 clutches in, had 46 eggs and 36 males.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Those sound like my odds.
That's like Chris.
So-
that was the beginning of my season.
Oh, that's a headache.
Yeah. But you hear people, it's not always, and then you wonder why when someone hits an animal and they ask a high price tag on it, it's because we cannot just, it's not like we have a lot of these things and we're hitting whatever we want.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's, oh.
Yeah, so I actually just cut our second Monarch clutch of the year last night. 4 eggs, made it all the way through. As a first-year female, she laid 7, 2 had weak veins, 4 made it. 3 of them are visual. pastel
Nice.
Monarchs,
Congrats
Awesome.
on that.
and the other one's a normal. So the first clutch we had 7 eggs that went all the way through. Got
Nice.
3 visuals, all males. So
Damn.
I really got my fingers crossed that
We're gonna get you
one
two,
of
at
these
least
calls
2
out
females.
female.
At least 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that feeling well. I mean, it's
Yeah, at least something. I'd take 1 at this point, like just anything. So definitely my Monarch stuff, and then my KRG, the Calabash Reduction Gene, is a codom that we got into about 2 years ago. The male was breeding size, kind of the same thing. It was breeding size last year. Just locked with a couple females, but never actually got a clutch from him. Luckily, we did back him up, so we still got viable clutches. It just wasn't him that sired, unfortunately. But this year
he did.
This year, he
Yeah, I saw
sired
some
5
pics.
clutches.
Awesome.
He sired 5 clutches for us this year. And on the 8th of August, the one I'm most excited about is due. It's actually so he's KRG Lesser Black Pastel Het Pied to a Pastel Hypo Het Pied.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So, hopefully it hits some visuals. If anything, I'm just happy to have KRG into my Hypo stuff now.
And pied.
Yeah, and Pied. Yep, for sure. And then I also have him to a Hypo Black Pewter, which she hasn't laid yet, but she just went through her post-ovulation shed. So
That KRG stuff is so cool. I
It
first
is.
saw it at Tinley in October, and it's so neat.
Mm-hmm.
I really,
Jim,
really like
we
it.
got our original animal from Jim Holt over at Fox Valley Reptiles.
Yep.
He's the one that's kind of been leading it, and a really good friend of mine, but he's an awesome dude, and he's doing great things with the project and running it in a really good way as well. So definitely something I think that's going to start to
Pick up
catch
momentum.
some-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Here in the next year or two.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
How about you, Lord?
Well, we have a few, right? The one that I was like really excited about was the Clown Head Enhancer, 50% head.
Clown enhancer, you mean? Enhancer clown?
Oh yeah. So that one was something that I was like excited about, but I'm really excited to see what a Suma, Dreamsicle will look like with the pairing that we have.
Yep.
With
Well, it won't
the-
be Suma. It'll be Mahogany.
Yeah.
Mahogany Pied's het lavender.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
what
in
was the
future,
pairing?
In the
It
future.
was a Suma Het Pied
To a lavender het pied.
to a Lav Het Pied.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have
Mahogany.
yes.
Yeah.
So
That'd
everything will
But
be
in the
mahogany.
future would be, trying to hit that Suma, right?
Yep, mahogany pied, 100% het labs,
Yeah.
and then making it'd be crazy because if it was like a Suma pied
I think it'll be like
with a lavender, I mean
orange is like
I don't
super
even know.
orange. Yeah.
What if that's like the red, like, I don't know, something that just makes a
You
crazy
You never
red
know.
You
looking
made the
snake.
real red ball, not the
Exactly.
Kool-Aid snake.
Yeah, because it's not it's sort of like a deeper brown
Yeah.
mixed with the lav. I mean,
I don't even know what that would look
or it
like.
could be like a really
I think it might be like the black pastel pinstripe lav. How like orange,
orange?
and bright that is. All
Yeah.
the dark colors inside of the lav.
I mean, what would overpower it though? Like, would it be the lavender overpowering the Suma?
no. The lavender would just
I'll just
change the
color
pigment.
Oh, yeah.
every time.
Would just
Yep.
take the pigment of the
Yeah.
Suma. But Suma pies are awesome, but they're more of a brown compared to like the panda pied black.
But
So
if you
it
add
might,
black pastel,
I was gonna say I had
get
black
that
pastel
very
in too.
like almost jet black look.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
be awesome.
Or it could be all white.
How about you? Oh, I already
I
did
already
yours.
did this. I think
Yeah,
I think
Okay, it's Precious's turn. I'm just joking, Precious. You can kick me when you see me one day.
She's gonna kick you with the clutch that she gets.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
There
gonna
you
be the
go.
first one wanting to buy it.
Make fun of me now, eh, Billy? Look at this move. You're up, Chris.
I really only have two left that I'm super excited for. The first one just laid. That was our spied het hypo female that we got from Billy that we put to the leopard pastel lesser clown male. And the reason we did that pairing was because Austin and I both believe that there is het pied floating around in the clown stuff from the dad that made that animal. So really hoping to prove him out, because if he does prove out het pied, me and Nick have basically accidentally tripped into a hypo clown pied project, which is awesome. And then the next one would be that fire hypo spider that we found out from you as possible het monsoon that went to the special Haas het monsoon
Male.
male, the brother to the visual that you made.
He looks promising.
Yeah, exactly. So she should go for me. And then Richie's is in the comments. I'm gonna say real close runner up to that other one is the Motley clutch that we have in the incubator right now, the Motley Yellow Belly Clowns. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Super sick.
Yep.
Okay, now I forgot to do your intro, so I'm gonna do Lord's intro. I should have done that first. Ready?
I'm ready.
I think it's this one here. It's this one here. Ready?
That's my intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea where you got the lion from.
I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
take the E from Elias and
What?
add lion. What?
I mean, like, my hair is literally like a lion mane.
Yeah,
Well,
Like,
I
it's
guess
just like
so.
puffy, and
Yeah, that's true.
should let it out.
That's
they
true.
just called me Lord of Lion, so I was like, okay.
And before Austin gets in his little bit right now, which
I don't even know what I'm doing yet.
It's
but
what the F is that? Just crazy stuff on the internet.
nice.
You
Oh,
know,
no.
I figured because
Some like IDing and stuff.
well, we don't have the idea, but we'll look at it and
Put our
just
opinion?
sit there and go crazy,
Fuck yeah.
crazy stuff.
Can I swear?
Yeah, man.
Okay. I'm sorry.
King Austin.
It's just the name. It's just the.
We still gotta work on it.
It's a
Don't
little
worry.
dark, you know. I'm like
I
a
still
happy
love it.
guy.
I still think it's perfect.
King Austin.
The King Austin.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So, this here is what the F is that? We're gonna get our own little intro to it too.
Nice.
What the fuck is that? Something I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. That's why someone else is gonna do it because I suck at it. But
It's okay. You can
It is
practice.
what it
This
is.
is Austin's segment.
okay,
King Austin.
so go ahead. You want to announce the person and what it is?
So Tobias at Morph Matrix, he hit a leopard ivory het pied, possible clown, but we're not sure if it is a leopard yellow belly, quad het, desert ghost, pied, clown, cryptic.
Whoa.
Ready? Here it is.
Is it in
Look-
shed?
Look, no, that's.
Wait, what?
So that is
So crazy looking.
insane looking.
That is crazy.
But by the head, I don't see clown. I don't see. So, I honestly think that is super leopard, yellow belly, het pied.
Super leopard? I mean ivory?
No, super leopard ivory.
Oh, okay.
It's like super leopard, super yellow belly. because there is
Yeah, it's a 25% chance.
Yeah, so I don't know, because if you see a leopard ivory, it's not so, it's more crazy. But that could be clown. I mean, but the head does. I don't know.
If you look at one of the ivory clowns that Justin made with leopard,
The belly pattern is
like the side pattern, how it's all
similar.
like chained together is very similar.
But whatever it is, I guarantee you, he's holding on to it, and he'll prove it out.
100%.
That's sick, and that's also 50%. Sorry, 66% het pied.
Holy cow.
50% had desert ghost.
Oh.
50% had clown. Oh, no, sorry.
Is it 50?
No, I'm reading it. So leopard, yellow belly, quad het.
No, it's a leopard ivory, man.
Oh, I know that. But it's also possible het. I'm just reading the notes.
Okay.
You see the notes?
Yes.
A yellow belly, ivory, quad het.
Desert ghost, pied, clown, cryptic.
Crazy.
It has almost
So there'll be
everything.
I have no idea.
Cryptic
crazy looking.
Cryptic seems to be floating around the desert ghost gene.
Yeah.
So there's a
It
chance.
could be. You never know. I mean,
Well, look at the eye stripes. They actually do look kind of wide.
Yeah.
and
It almost goes up underneath the eye,
Mm-hmm.
giving that
And
cryptic look.
I haven't seen it, but somebody, I think it was Will Morose from Royal Canadian Reptiles, said that cryptic leopards or krypton leopards, so the double het leopards were striped.
And this is obviously a striped.
Striped.
animal,
I mean,
so-
that could be.
But leopards are generally striped anyway.
Especially with het pied. So
Yeah.
this one is possible. Or is it?
Yeah, because
not that striped.
oh, that's true. Yeah, the leopards I
That's
had have
crazy.
stripes, but not like that.
And then,
Oh,
and
the
then
ivory.
the leopard ivories that
Sorry,
I've
yes.
created, they have more of a. It's not a stripe. It's more of a crazy.
Like a fractal pattern.
yeah.
like-
Don't say
Oh,
fractal.
fractal is like.
What is that?
No, no, Fractal is actually like a shape.
Yeah. Okay. Let's stick to
Okay.
that.
I'll say that.
We'll
A
end
webbing
it. We'll
pattern.
end it there.
Like
Yeah.
a
That's
like a
enough of
spider
that.
web kind of thing, or lightning bolt.
Okay. Next one.
So the next
That's a
one
good way
is
to describe
Ozzy
it.
Boyd's. And he hit an Orange Dream Fire Hurricane Clown.
Oh
That's,
my god!
Like really red.
I swear, like every podcast we bring up Aussie Boys. It's like
How could
every,
you not?
I know
Yeah.
because it's like everything that he posts is just like
Fire.
You could do a whole podcast just on stuff he posts on
Him,
his Instagram.
Justin,
Look at the
like-
snakes on the bottom.
I know, like
Yeah. Look.
it doesn't even look real. Half
Like-
of the stuff.
I don't. The one on top. The
Look,
clown.
look, man. Like
Oh, like that.
like
that,
come on, man. Look,
that,
look,
Orange Dream Enchi.
look,
Yeah.
it's just
Oh,
nuts.
the Super OD Super.
That's insane. Like,
Yeah.
how do you even ID that?
just from knowing what you've hit before.
You
Yeah, but
definitely
it's
see
just-
the
it's crazy.
Orange Dream Enchi Mojave, and the blade. With
Cra-
the breaking up.
Crazy.
pattern.
Possible red stroke. Like it's
It's
nuts.
just beautiful.
It's just
Yeah.
it's insane.
But going
And
back
look,
to the top one, it almost looks like there's spot nose in there. It's very crazy looking.
yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's the hurricane bringing
Yeah,
that pattern.
Hurricane.
I've noticed the hurricanes can look like spot nose when you put the right stuff in them.
But look at this, people. We can actually get those animals with ingredients to eventually make stuff like this. Like
Yeah.
that's like
You're basically an artist.
look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that's probably the only one, or there's probably maybe 2 or 3 in the world. And it's probably not for sale.
And the thing is, that's
100%.
that's a picture too. In person, it looks
Probably way better.
yeah, 100 times way
Oh, that's
better.
high intensity too. That's crazy.
And the thing is, with animals like that, I mean, that's going to be something that I hope to produce in 3 to 4 years or less.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they ain't going anywhere.
Oh no, they're
Like and it's insane.
they're here to stay.
Yeah.
Sick. What's the next one?
Next we have Hans Winter, and he hit a Hurricane Lester Clown,
Oh,
and
No.
I definitely want to see this.
Wow.
crazy.
Holy snap. What
at
in
that.
the world? That doesn't even make any sense.
Look at that.
I love the high weight sides.
I love the
Yeah.
blushing. I love how
the pattern, the side pattern is crazy.
and
Yeah.
the bright orange
Like
with pixelated, like it's almost like a burnt orange.
Yeah, and it
back.
works really well with like the white and everything.
Sick.
Holy
It's
snap.
funny that we just said that spot or hurricane and clown can make it look spot nose, and
This
then you pull this
also-
up and it's just
Pretty
oh,
sick.
Yeah.
so cool.
This also looks spottish, spot no-ish.
It definitely doesn't
Spot
look
nose.
just spot nose lesser clown though.
100%.
Like it looks
Yeah.
like
There'd
spot
be a-
nose lesser 5 other thing.
And I think the lesser really did really well on
Yeah.
the snake.
Mhm.
Most of the
It's a
times,
good
you know,
combo.
people like dismiss lesser,
There's Hans bringing Lesser back.
I'd love to see Hurricane in the
Thank you,
freeway
Hans.
clown. Hurricane freeway clowns, I think, would be insane.
Soon, I'm making the. I got like 3, 4, 5 gene Hurricane heck clowns coming.
Crazy.
So years down the road, we're working on it.
Nice.
And Hurricane has a super form too, right? So
Correct, the Hayabusa.
that's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool once you start hitting that in
Those little
recessives.
mini bodybuilder poses that they do.
Oh, what's next?
And right next, we got Justin Kabilka, and he just dropped a huge bomb on all of us. He said that chocolate
no.
and spot nose are allelic.
Oh no.
And I guess nobody could have guessed this. It's kind of like cinnamon and enchi.
Yeah.
Him and his intros are just.
So peaceful. Like, I want to go meditate right now.
I just want to go get those animals. Like, it's. Look
This
at
guy
this.
wants to meditate. You want to go like raid the place?
There's that
Crazy.
spot nose. I think that's spot nose.
Yeah, that's a spot
Gotta be
nose
spot
chocolate
nose. Yeah.
Oh, there's another one.
yellow belly clown.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so we're here with another video as promised.
I'm gonna
And
fast
we
forward.
have Tony Thomas from Hardwire Exotics.
Hey,
here again.
Tony, Hardwired. Big
Nice.
shout out.
I think
Oh,
we're
Beach
saying
Bum
it's
Exotics.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Yeah,
Justin.
Freedom Breeder.
coming back.
Wonder
Oh,
else,
yeah.
I wonder else who does shirt shoutouts like
Here
that.
we are. I want to give a shout out too to Adam from Beach Bum Exotics.
Of course.
Love the shirt.
No.
Slacking at the back? Oh no, he didn't do it.
Oh, if he did it, that would have been
He's
amazing.
slacking on the. Saying
Did he say
slacking
that?
No, no, no.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
I stole that. I stole that from. I'm a spin off of Mutation Creation, so I can say it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of this stuff is just awesome. But
Holy cow.
chocolate and spot nose are allelic.
Who else was watching this video, and just wondering what happened to his neck? Because he has a scratch on his neck throughout the whole video, and he touches up on it later. But you see it?
Oh no, I didn't notice it until you pointed it out.
He touches up on it like, after when he's
You
talking.
get bit?
No. Apparently his son scratched him when they're like playing.
Oh,
I thought it might have been like surgery or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like it's.
let me see. Look at this thing.
Holy cow.
Well, that's nothing. Wait till he has the
That's
yellow belly.
crazy. And that's like, look how old it is too.
Yeah, that looks like that as an adult. That's
I
Yeah,
know.
crazy.
I held the colors so nice.
That's insane.
Hey, watch this. Ready?
But one of the things this
No.
year, our goal was
Hold on. Let me fast forward. Look at this. Ready?
Oh my
This with
god.
yellow belly.
this one, who also had
Redonkulous.
Yeah.
much more
That orange
yellow
tone.
belly type belly to it, and the flames.
This
are
is for
even more
Justin.
ridiculous. This is also
That's
possible,
insane.
but we believe this one probably has all the genes.
Look
That's
at that.
spot nose, chocolate, and yellow belly.
Like the
clown.
black is just
When I saw
it-
this
it
snake,
does
I suddenly
everything for
started
the
to find
Unbelievable.
out that The
Yeah.
original Dark Knight actually had yellow belly.
So amazing.
Started to breed to find out, but this snake
And people say that there's no end to this.
there isn't.
But come on, Billy, this hobby's
so
dead.
Now we're gonna share this one, who also had yellow belly,
Just
parts,
awesome.
has a much more.
I think we got one more. Yeah, we
didn't
do.
even show the chocolate spot nose allelic part.
Do we have to?
Okay.
Okay.
We dropped the bomb on
We
that.
gave
mean-
the info. He just showed off the cool snakes.
Yeah,
That's true.
but that is that is
That is the allelic.
that is
snake.
allelic looking. It has
Mhm.
well, that's the allelic
Yeah.
animal
Plus a few.
with a few other genes.
yeah.
There's some other stuff. He goes through it, but I just wanted to go for the bam, that's the
100%.
jugular right there.
It looks
I
insane.
mean, Precious is working with chocolate, right? So
Yeah,
something to
there you
go
go.
look-
Damn.
into.
if you didn't know, now you know.
And then add
Damn.
Desert Ghost into that stuff.
Holy
Damn,
it's
the
gonna
brightness
pop.
is
Oh
gonna
my God,
pop.
yeah, that'll be insane.
Wow.
Precious was dancing in the background when she.
You can't see it right now.
Quick, switch back.
Said that
And-
spot nose, cypress spot nose, and I'm like, maybe.
There
Yeah.
you go. The
Yeah.
last
Crazy.
one.
And last we have always evolving pythons, Miguel Garcia, and the Olympus gene.
The Olympus gene, yeah.
I don't know too much. I haven't heard about this yet.
Wait,
I actually,
what?
Yeah, I actually watched a little bit of it. In my time, I just tried to look. So, I mean, it's new to me too, but I mean, it's pretty cool.
Let's check this out.
There's a new gene.
Yep.
This is due on the 17th, but check this out.
I didn't finish watching this video.
I know.
You got
You guys see
stopped.
them? One
Yeah.
of them's already out over there, and the other one's over there. But man, there's something.
But he
really
shows it
exciting
off.
about
Watch
this
this. Some of the
that I'll
adults
get to
too.
in a few seconds. All right, guys. So I'm actually really excited about this clutch, and I'm gonna tell you why. So the pairing was a pastel orange dream yellow belly inchy to an Olympus cypress. So the Olympus cypress is actually a gene that I came across a couple of years ago when I first got into this. I've been asking a lot of people, hey man, what's Olympus? What's Olympus? I got it from this female that was an Olympus fire. I had just rolled her off from it because I couldn't find anything on the Olympus, so I just thought she was a fire. Anyways, after I had a clutch with my normal Cypress towards this Olympus Cypress, I was like, uh-oh, there's something really, really different about it. So before we get cut into this clutch right here, I want to show you the female that made these Olympus Cypress, and I'm going to show you the male that I made last year that produced this clutch, so you guys can see what we're working with. So let me put the clutch away for 1 second. Okay, put my tijeras away. All right, and now let me start off with the female Olympus Cypress. All right, guys, so right here we have an Olympus
Look at that
Cypress.
beast.
And the only thing I was able
Holy
to find
cow.
online was this YouTube video of this guy that had the Olympus gene. Again, I haven't found out if there's any super forms of
Look at the
this
head
or
on that
anything.
thing.
This girl is really big, and the cool thing is we just ultrasounded her today, and she's at 34 millimeter follicles. So she will be going from the male that I produced from her a year and a half ago, which is an Olympus Cypress. So we'll hopefully be able to find out if this Olympus gene has a super form. If you guys heard of the Olympus or know anyone that has this gene that's working with it, please comment down below and let me know.
Yeah, this is the first
If not,
time I heard of
DM me
it.
on
Yeah.
my Instagram.
I mean, if no one's working
again,
with it, he should just
Olympus
change the name to
Cypress right here,
Evolvian.
nice female. Put her away.
There
So
you
That's
go.
what I would
Watch.
do.
before we
Here
start
we
getting
go.
to all that, let me show you guys a normal. Ow.
Oh, I got tagged.
Didn't touch it. I wish I did.
That just got me good. All right, so come over here. So right here we have a Cypress. The only thing different about this Cypress is that he is 100% het pied, so the dorsal stripe is broken down a lot. But one of the big telltale signs of these Cypress is that faded the faded head on the back of their head. You see how it comes down? Almost any combo that you do, you see a very like dark brown and it fades out. But you can see the color. This is like a typical color for a Cypress, right?
Check
now,
out
leave
this.
right here. Keep showing that
The
off.
Cypress Olympus.
Nice.
These are not clutch mates. I'm just trying to show you guys a quick little thing. Right here, we have an Olympus Fire Cypress. So I first thought that this was just a normal Fire Cypress, but then I had hatched from the same pairings another Fire Cypress that was totally different looking from this one. So that's what we know, that the Olympus gene is doing something with this. As you can see, it's a lot brighter. So let me put, actually let me get the male that I held back so you guys
I love
can
that.
see.
It's almost
So we
like
have
a
regular Cypress,
red, burgundy
we have a
red.
Fire
Yeah.
Olympus Cypress. I wish I would have kept a Fire Cypress, but didn't keep that. So 1 second. All right.
There you
So
go.
here is our Olympus
Nice.
Cypress, and you can see the colors on him are totally different. Let me let me square these up a little bit real quick before I get tagged again. So we have a normal Cypress, a Fire Olympus Cypress, and let me go put this away. All right, so here we go. So we ended up hatching this guy right here, and as you can see, this guy, his color is a lot different. He's a lot more vibrant. The dorsal stripe's a lot thicker, and it comes out. It's a little
Lot of
more
blushing,
bold
too.
looking than your standard Cypress. So that's why I kept them back. I reached out to a few people.
Look at that
and they
solid
were like,
stripe.
"Hey, man, there's totally something different." And as you can see, that's why we ended up keeping him. So
Look
right
how
here
thick
we
this
have
stripe
an
is.
Olympus Cypress. Definitely has a lot nicer color than your normal Cypress. So let me
I
put
love
this
that
little
stripe.
guy away.
Yeah.
And again, here
It's
is
really
a
thick.
normal Cypress.
That's what
but
she
this
said.
one is head sensitive, so I'm pretty sure the head is
Anyways,
influencing a little bit.
that's
but you
cool.
can see on the back of the head, like I was saying, how it fades it out. But again, the regular Cypress typically is
So there we go. We got to get in looking into the more genes. Did you guys see that before?
No.
Yeah.
Of course you have. You know everything. But yeah, I know it's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff that people are making, and a lot of stuff coming back, like hypo. I mean, I've had hypo for a while. I think hypo is gonna make a comeback. I know genetic stripes coming back in certain things.
Yeah.
Then there's the KRG.
You know, there's a lot of things to do with all these genes.
How about the LSR
For sure.
Fire?
Oh, the LSR Fire.
That
Have you
was-
seen them?
That blew my mind.
The LSR line. So Lone Star.
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
Oh, I'll pull one up and put it on the camera. It's that serious.
No,
Oh,
well-
just you do it right now.
No, we'll do it next time. It's on my phone.
Yeah, we'll save it.
Okay.
But
Crazy. Yeah.
You guys might want to search that up yourself.
Yeah. The
it's like a Kodam.
DG.
DG.
Yeah.
It's crazy. His line of fire. Nuts. So Earl from Lone Star. You gotta hit him up. Go bug
Everybody
him.
call him.
Billy,
Get on the waiting list.
somebody's been trying to ask for quite a while. What's the next recessive you want to get in with the monsoon? The one you want most in there next.
Well, I want them all, but
Clown?
No.
no.
It's already
I
been
mean,
done.
clown's
seen
pretty
that.
much been done.
The more.
In the moray, I'm pretty sure
Oh.
they're similar.
Ultra Mel.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got Lav.
I think Lab is the.
I got Lav coming this
Yeah.
year, hopefully. But if not, I've got, it's coming. I should have Pied possibly this year or
Yes.
later this year.
I hope the Pied is spectacular.
Yeah.
Oh, me
That'd
too.
be crazy.
If
So
it's-
I'm thinking
so
Pied.
much.
One of the reasons why I want Pied is I like Pied. I have a lot of multi-gene Pieds and double recessive and triple recessive visual Pied that I can get into the project. So if the Monsoon Pied is just phenomenal, then I have a whole canvas to paint with all the genes. I'm strong with OD and Yellow Belly and Enchi and OD Ghost Ultimel,
I want Enhancer into it.
Enhancer.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy too. I mean,
How about, I think G Stripe will
Even
do some
Banana
crazy
will-
things.
oh
crazy.
my God, we forgot G Stripe.
I think G Stripe.
You know what? How you
Monsoon.
brought that up? Remember how we're looking for something to change the pattern? Maybe G Stripe
Yeah,
might
How
have
about
that up.
Tri-Stripe?
Tri-Stripe.
Try-
I was thinking
Same
that too,
thing. Yeah.
but G Stripe, I think it's
Could add
so
more
accessible.
Because
colorful.
G Stripe is a strong gene.
Yeah.
And
It's
same
it's
with
strong.
Monsoon.
And who knows? That's a good call. And you know what's great? We got lots of that too.
And then I have that stuff that'll all be head hypo.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that'll look cool. The hypo monsoon.
Oh,
I think that'll be
100%. Yeah,
sick
it'll
looking.
make it a lot brighter.
Yeah.
It'd be insane.
Oh, here's another little segment. How are we doing for time? We're doing good. We're gonna try to keep it to 3 hours. So
Quarter
actually
after
good.
9 right
45 minutes.
45 minutes. We're actually doing good, man.
Yeah, we got better. A lot better.
So here's some YouTube comments, and we picked to choose the positive ones this time.
Nice,
Positive.
nice.
now. Wait, you
Comments
found
of the
enough
week.
to write down?
That's what I like to
We,
hear.
we get a lot of positive comments.
How much?
So yeah. Well, here's sort of one. It's sort of negative.
Is it about me?
No.
Probably.
This is for Lord of Lion.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Stop spoiling on topics for fuff sakes.
Which topics?
Well, all of them. You're like, oh my God, he hit it,
Oh,
or something.
So
what?
But then we get in shit
But that's
if we
what I
do
mean.
clickbait.
yeah, well, you're not
So-
gonna click it if you don't see it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I mean, like,
But-
even just to get a comment, you clicked on it, so it worked.
yeah, but I mean, some of them are like, you know what, like. When you sit there, I mean, we do some clickbait stuff.
Oh,
but
100%.
I leave that to you
But
guys.
here's the thing: like, I write the titles and the thumbnails for the most part, but the person who's like sitting next to me is Austin.
Yeah.
So Austin has a big say on like most of the things. Like, I always ask him for his opinion,
Yep.
and he's always like, "Oh, like Billy gone crazy" or something like that. I'm like, "Okay," and we put like a thumbnail.
That
Billy,
makes
like,
a lot of sense now that I know
Yeah,
that you have a lot of
exactly.
say in the video
Of
names.
course, I have to.
And that was from Perkalili.
Okay.
Perkalili.
Yeah.
Sure.
Pergalili.
Perkalili.
That's cool.
Here's another one from Great British Balls. I don't know what video this is pertaining to, but it can pertain to anyone because it says great video. Great video once again, Billy. Just a quick one reference Patreon. I've been on there. Oh, this isn't a good one. Oh, it is. I've been on there for 3 months now as a member. The content is awesome. I did have one question, though. Is anyone manning the DMs on Patreon? I haven't managed to get mine seen. All the best, Ben. That's my fault. I'm the one that mans it. But I did go through. I don't know where that was from. I probably answered it already.
Yeah.
I don't know what video that was from because I didn't pull the content. So I don't know where it's from. But I actually went back today when I saw this, and I went through for like the last month, and I
Yeah.
don't see anything that.
It'd be a while back. It has to be 3 months because
Well, also,
it says 3 months.
But he says I've been on there for 3 months,
Okay, yeah.
so
Well-
I look back quite a bit.
what
Yeah.
happens
So
if he was on the original Patreon?
not for 3 months, maybe, but it would still be there. It's all there.
Okay.
So my apologies, but I am pretty good lately.
Maybe
I
he's
mean,
trying to DM me.
if you're on the Discord too, as part of the Patreon,
Yeah.
if for some reason you can't get a hold of Billy, I help hold things down over there. So I mean, you
Yeah.
can send me a message too.
yeah, give him more work.
Exactly.
But
Chris-
yeah,
Chris
so I
likes it.
apologize for that. I don't know why. But I have pretty much responded to everybody that I've seen. And then next one. This is from El Mago MG. Everybody's, I don't know. I mean, everybody's handles. El Mago MG.
Maybe it's MG13.
Maybe. It's
MS.
MS.
Oh my God, I smoke too much.
Hey,
It's
man,
like
are
going-
you part of the MS13 or MG13? What the? Austin, man.
Gotta go.
See, kids? See, kids don't do drugs. Jesus. Wow.
Gonna get your gangs wrong.
Yep. It says, "Hi, Billy. Huge fan here. Me and my kids love your channel. Thanks to you, my 8-year-old kid is obsessed with snakes. Would love it if in one of your videos you'd give him a shout out. Give a shout out to my boy Nathiel. He would go nuts if he sees it. Thanks and keep up the good work." Well, it's not in a video, but I probably will anyways. But this is a live, and huge shout out to Nathiel.
Yeah.
There you go. So I'm gonna have to message him and give him, 8 years old.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
It's like future generation. That's
Yeah, and I mean it's awesome that kids are actually getting their parents into
Snakes.
give me a snake, and then they start watching it. Next thing you know, the parents are going nuts with it.
yeah.
It's awesome. And then this is last one. This is from Mitch Dara. First off, I love you guys. For sure, a hands down fave. While I am not a fan of the dang mail calls, it's time to admit the sticker ceiling is officially at awesome status in big screaming letters. Looks cool and massive. Massive, and it's kick-ass way for Billy to support the industry. Seriously, Mutation Creation is a load-bearing column of support for the industry, and it doesn't go unnoticed. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I mean, that sticker ceiling. I remember when you first put the first one,
If
and I was like,
everybody was like,
it looks
"Are you
so.
gonna, fill that up like soon?" And then like it just started coming.
We were all just like, why didn't you wait till you had more?
Yeah.
yeah, no, I just had a thing. I'm like, it's just something I had a vision. I just wanted to do it. And
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
it's just taking over the whole entire facility, like the whole ceiling.
yeah,
Just like
we just
stickers.
ordered 3.5 more panels to do another
Yeah.
4 by. Oh, actually, it's almost 4 by 8 foot section.
Yep.
So yeah, they're coming
The
and
damn
people are
light.
coming in. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I never had what you guys all now have access to: the internet, social media. We didn't have any of this, and to be able to promote someone else, or I would have loved it. I would have loved someone to say, "Hey, there's this guy in Canada named Billy from Mutation Creation. Look at his cool logo, and he's doing some cool stuff." I would have been, wow. We didn't have that. It was like everyone out for themselves, and we had a community, but it wasn't. We didn't share information. We didn't help each other. We didn't promote each other and give shout outs and support. It was just, I don't know. It was just totally different. And now being at the level I'm at, why can't I do it? I mean, I would have loved to have something like this. And there's so many people out there that are doing awesome things, and shit happens, and hopefully, you have a bad clutch or something goes wrong, and you don't give up. You see, and that's why my YouTube is so real, because last year, if you noticed, I don't know, it was about 30 clutches during that one period where I ran out of my regular tubs.
Yeah.
And I had to go get other tubs. I actually got 2 different tubs, and they both didn't work.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, hey, I didn't hide it. Oh, I can't show this because, I screwed up. No, I screwed up. And this is why. Oh, mold the eggs. People are like, oh, the guy doesn't know what he's doing. Look at all the mold. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I just wasn't prepared and got the wrong tubs and assumed every tub is going to work like the other tub. And it's not the fact.
Yeah.
This year, I got new tubs and cranking them out. I haven't lost anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got
think you
14. No. And it's because I'm prepared. And the thing is, you don't just go buy snakes, get eggs, shove them in a box, shove them in an incubator, and think it's fine. Like, your incubator has to be tested. Your tubs have to be tested. Here's a guy that's been doing this for 17 years, and I screwed up because I assumed any tub would work. This isn't as easy as you think, people. Liz, 45 babies? 45 babies and 36 males.
That's just
Not great for trying to build your female army up.
discouraging.
Chris, you want to join on that?
Nope. Nope, I don't.
So yeah, I mean, it's funny because what I do takes no effort for me to put on a shirt, to open up stickers, and you know, appreciate what people have sent to me. You know, I know they're sending it to me for the shout out, but I encourage that. I want to have my stickers on the ceiling. I like it. Like, you know, I mean, I actually come in, I look, I'm like, this is awesome. I love it. It's going to be one day my whole ceiling.
Yeah.
And it's good to see people and promoting them and seeing, you know, how they're branding themselves. And you see the uniqueness of everybody's colors, of their choice of artwork, the size of their stickers. You see people putting in the effort. You see people not. You see people changing. And it's great for me because I get to see and help promote an industry that I love. I've been in for 18 plus years. And now all these other people I can promote, and other people are going. And oh, man, you know, so many people eventually would connect somehow.
Yeah.
But if I can help it with my platform and give people and make their day and say, oh my God, I made it on Mutation Creation. I mean, that would have been like back in the day, me getting on an episode of, you know, Snake Bites.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God, Brian in Detroit or in Michigan, you know, just give me a shout out. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's what it's like. And I never had that.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to promote and give a shout out. There's no sweat off. You know, no work behind it. It's so easy. You open up your mouth and you talk.
Yeah.
And you show a sticker. And all these people that hate my my mail, I don't give a S. You know, I mean, it's I'm not changing. If I have mail, I'm opening it up. You don't like it, fast forward or go to another YouTuber. It's something I want to do. I am going to do it, and I think more people should do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's that.
To stick on that point of people putting all the work in and their logo and their design and all that kind of fun stuff. Somebody wants to know about Precious's branding. And,
Yeah, she's branding herself very well.
Yeah, with the box and everything, that like the stickers come in.
Yeah, that, and then
Holy
she's got
snap,
like you know the new stickers that I got. That's actually it's finally up on the ceiling.
Like I thought that box had like some music when you open it, just like and
magical
the
fairy dust come out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I think getting into the hobby too, you see a lot of breeders. Well, you go to a lot of like breeders pages, and you don't really get to see like the breeder. You know, it's all snakes, and that's awesome. But sometimes you want to see like the person behind the magic too.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, YouTube is really awesome. And I think early on I wanted to make sure that like I was the face of, you know, this company. Like, you know, I wanted to brand myself, and I wanted to attach Precious Robins with Precious Pythons. I wanted people to know who I was and know that I was genuine and in this for the right reason. So I think it's very important to do that early on, as early as possible. If you know you want to, you know, have a business, any business, you know, branding, marketing, advertising is very, very important to kind of get yourself out there.
Yeah.
That was a great answer.
Yeah, no, I think it's the way the hobby is now. It's much more than just people
Selling
keeping
snakes.
snakes in their basement, and now it's more you know, marketing. You need to have a brand. People are having shirts. They're making hats. You have keychains, magnets. Stickers are phenomenal. But you know, it's more to this now than just, oh, look what I've got. People can support you. They can buy merchandise. I know you guys wear shirts pretty much every single day.
Don't point at me. They don't send me anything.
I mean, the
Yeah,
buyers.
but you're wearing a JKR shirt.
I know I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, people collect
only 'cause
shirts
mine were
now.
dirty.
You know, we can have snakes, and you support other people, and it's just such a great hobby, and it's a way to get your name out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think this whole industry, the way it's moving, you know, people need to brand themselves. You know, if you're going to be here years down the road,
Especially
you
if you
need
want to
to.
stand out too, right?
yeah,
Like the animals could like speak for themselves, but like Precious was saying, like they want to see who's behind it as well. It's not just
yep.
the animals.
And that's actually one of the reasons I recently started doing the YouTube lives. It's
Yeah.
just because like you can post all the pictures you want, but anybody can post pictures. Like
Yeah.
you can take pictures from anywhere. But until people see you and can actually connect with you and see that you're a person that,
Yeah.
this is the person putting the care into all these amazing things that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I feel like some people never quite bridge that gap. You know what I mean? There's lots of pages out there where people have amazing snakes. But if you don't know them, there's less of a chance that you'll reach out if you know what I mean.
It looks too corporate almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Especially if you like send a message and you might, they might read it wrong. They might think that you're either like mean or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah.
Yep.
Snowflakes. There's just some snowflakes, you can say
We
something.
can say stuff like that.
You say some nice things to people, you intend to say nice things, and they
Yeah.
just take it the wrong way, block you, and all this
Yeah.
other sweet jazz. So
Like I used to have a bad habit of putting periods after like my sentences. Apparently that looks rude, but okay.
it's just-
Who
I
knows?
get shit on all the time because I have to like proper grammar and
Yeah.
everything whenever I send a message. It drives me crazy if it's erratic and
Yeah, me too.
and people are like, oh, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
But speaking of branding, like you know how you're just getting into now, you're branding your company and stuff like that. Liz, I've seen some of her pictures of her actually doing expos, and the way she's branded it, the color coordinations, the way she's put her logo inside the tubs and color, and the way she's set herself up. I think that's also important. It shows. I know that. I would say it's very important because, people are actually coming now and looking at your snakes, and they, if you're there and you don't have a nice display or you're not professional, I think no matter how beautiful your snake is, if you're, not promoting yourself well and you're not good to your customers, or you're sitting in a chair while they're trying to look and ask questions and you're just, sitting in a chair firing the odd comment back. I don't care how nice your snake is. I want somebody to be, helping me with, my sale or my purchase.
Yeah.
you want a human being there.
Yeah. And I mean, am I going to buy the same snake? Because most people at booths have, generally the same sort of snakes. You want a pied or this or that or a clown combo. There's usually a few different tables you can choose from. I'm going to go to the table that has not necessarily the most fanciest, the nicest one, but I present themselves, look like they care. They put some effort in. When I walk up to the table, they greet you. They answer your questions. You're not on a time limit. I look at stuff like that, and that's why, at my table, when I'm there, because I always like taking off, but while I'm there, I engage with everybody, and it's not like, oh, you're only buying $100 snake? Hey, Austin, take care of this one for me.
Yeah.
This one's going to spend more. I put more time into those new people, or the, the people that are spending, for the low end, because they need the answers. Those are the people that need the guidance, and I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, you know what, you're not worth my time because you're only a small buy. I mean, you have that attitude, you ain't going to go far. I mean, it's shitty, but people do that,
Because that small person who's trying to buy now, they might be big in the
could
future.
turn into
and their voice might have some weight.
Yeah, and the thing is that's one thing. There's a lot of big breeders, well, they're still big, but back in the day they were the biggest. And when I got into this, they treated me like garbage.
Yeah.
No.
Some young tattooed guy, had a lot of gold and I was, in good shape and all muscular, and I'd walk up and, I'd want the best of the best. And, they didn't have time for me. They treated me like, oh, you know what, you can't afford that. And don't fucking tell me what I can afford. You don't know me, but the way they treated me and just their attitude, I didn't like it. And because of that, I haven't spent any money with them,
Yeah.
And, I remember.
I tell people all the time, I'm going to spend usually more time selling that $100, $150 animal, and I'll have someone walk up to my table and for a $1,500 animal and go, I want that one.
And just throw the money over.
And just buy it instantly. But what happens is if you know, like you said, those are the people just starting out, and if you can build that relationship in the beginning, 6 months from now they're gonna come back and they're gonna buy a $300 or $400 animal, and then
Yeah,
a year
and they
from
look
now,
towards
they're
you
gonna
for
buy a
guidance.
$1,000 animal.
That's very true. I mean, my very first snake that I bought was $150, and the
Cheap.
breeder that I bought him from, is my favorite breeders, and recently spent over $1,000. So it's just like, you're absolutely gonna come back, and it's gonna be,
Yeah.
hey, so and so, I'm looking for this. You got it. I'm gonna go to that person first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that experience is you want to go somewhere where you feel comfortable, where you feel that you can ask questions, where you buy an animal and you know it's coming from someone that cares, and then you get this animal now in your possession, and it's healthy, it's thriving, it does well. If you have any questions about the animal, you can call the person up or message them, and they'll get back to you because they have great customer service. And people, I can't stress this enough. The animal, once it is sold, does not mean the transaction is over. It is for monetary reasons. Be there to support and back up your animals and the questions. So many people. I mean,
Yeah.
I get so many people saying, "Hey, Billy, I know I'm sorry to bother you, but the person that bought this snake, I bought this snake from, is not doing well. They're not answering any of my questions. They've just ignored me." I don't know how many. I'm dealing with one right now. Same thing. And I'll just get into this. People, if you have animals and you are selling them at 100 effing grams, I'm going to say ball pythons because I don't know, 100-gram gecko, or I don't know, that could be huge. I don't know. I'm going to say ball pythons. If you're selling goddamn ball pythons at 100 grams and shipping them out, like if I see, I want to smack you. Like I really do. Like, you know what? Get them established. It had 3 meals. Let's ship it out. Wow. Like, you know what? You can't feed it for another month. Are you that hurting for cash? You can't feed it another 4 friggin' meals or 5 and then ship it out? I mean, it's ridiculous. Because, in my facility, temperature controlled, has, ARS tubs, I have everything. I know what I'm doing. It's eating. When I'm selling an animal, especially lower end animals, it's going to a tank, it's going to a bigger PVC enclosure, it's going into someone new. You don't sell an animal that's had 3-4 damn meals. I mean, it sucks.
Yeah.
Or if you do, be man enough to fucking answer the goddamn calls when they're messaging you 100 goddamn times because their animal's not eating. Or you got to help them transition that animal, not just take their money and say, "Hey, thanks." I mean, it pisses me off.
You're just ruining someone's experience in this hobby.
And many people don't realize, I have a lot of, here's a question, my Patreon. Here's a person that pays to be a part of my program to learn. And I don't know if I did or I got back to him, but there's a person that I haven't even responded to. And that's, and I feel bad and I'm going to make up for it. But I am on track. But I've answered so many people behind the scenes that people don't know. I'm on the phone helping people with other people's animals because their animals are in fucking need. And they're stressed out. Their animals are going to die. They haven't eaten in 4 weeks. The breeder that sold them, an animal doesn't respond back to them. "Hey, I bought an animal from you. It's not eating in 4 weeks, blah, 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 and ghosting them. You take their money. It fucking sucks, and I'll say it, and I'm mad, and that's why I'm swearing. It bothers me so much because I'm spending my time. You know why I probably didn't answer this guy? Because I'm too busy answering, saving people's, money, their animal, their spirit. I'm trying to help them with when it's not even my animal. It's not even my place to do it, but I do it because I give a shit. Yeah. Stop selling animals to put money in your pocket and not to fucking back it up. And don't sell animals with 3-4. It sucks.
We had a gentleman at a show that was looking to buy just a pastel off us. I think we were asking like $25, right? He goes to the next table over. It's like 150. I believe it was almost 200 grams. He goes to the next table over. Guy's got him in the ARS displays. He's got like 10 pastels shoved in there, unsexed. None of them look like they've eaten a meal ever in their life. He buys that one, comes back to my table and says, "Well, I just bought this one for $5 cheaper right next to you." Then
Wow.
he calls me 2 weeks later because the snake has a respiratory infection. and
Good.
isn't eating.
Well, not
and
good
he's
for the
taking
snake,
a-
but good
he's
for the
taking a hold of
person.
The breeder that he bought it from. And he's like, "Do you know what I can do? I don't know what to do." And I did. I walked him through it. I said, "Take it to a vet. Get this." Helped him get it on feed and all this stuff. But I'm like, the snake unfortunately ended up passing away. And I'm like, "But you saved your $5."
Yeah,
right?
but do you know how, it's funny that we talk about this, but do you know how much this happens? You know what I mean? And the funny thing is I have a big presence now online and worldwide. And when people start doing shit stuff, I'm going to call them out. I don't give a shit. Oh, Billy just... I don't give a shit. Like, I really don't. I'm getting pissed off. I have a rant on here somewhere. I actually passed it. So it says Billy rant time. I said, screw the rant, but I'm going to get into one right now. I just passed it. You know what?
Billy rant.
I'm telling you, people start doing shitty stuff and you're going to be an asshole to customers, I'll call you out. Hate me? I don't give a shit. Because you know what? Do stupid things, you're going to have stupid shit happening. It's not like I'm making it up. If I hear and see stuff, I'm going to call people out because you know what? It's bullshit. You know what? This is a great hobby. But what you don't understand, and there's great money in it. But it's not all about the money. You don't take people's money and screw them with shitty animals, unhealthy animals. You don't, you sell something, be man enough or woman enough or proud enough to stand behind that animal and that sale because it's a living fucking creature, people. Oh, hell, $500. Here you go. I mean, it really pisses me off. I mean, I have people that I've gone above and beyond of my own customers, and I do the same thing for other people's. You know why? Because the other people can't, it's like they knew they screwed them. If you're selling an animal, like you said, that hasn't had a meal, wow, and you have 10 of them and you're just selling them, oh, wow, I just sold 10 of them at $20 a piece. You could have had a sale for $25, which with a happier customer for $5 extra because they're lowballing it. They're and people, it's also your fault too. Okay, it's the breeders that are giving shitty quality animals and not ready and putting money in their pocket and not following up or supporting that animal down the road. But people, do your homework, ask questions. If you're buying animals because of price, you're just as much as an idiot as the person selling the animal at 3 meals. Do not buy animals because of price. Buy it because of the quality, the person selling it. I'm going to get sick and tired of saying it, but you know what? You know what's going to be sick and tired is you losing money, losing animals because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Stop buying because of the price. I would rather pay twice as much, even though it would never be that. I'd rather pay twice as much knowing it came from somebody that if I ever had an issue, they'd be there to answer my call or stand behind their animal. And, JKR, Aussie Boyds. I mean, there's tons of guys in the U.S., even here in Canada that I buy from. And you know what? I'll keep buying from them. You know why? The animals come in. They are what they are. The quality's there. They eat. They breed. If I have a question or a problem, hey, man, what's going on? Hey. And it's not just because I'm Mutation Creation. I've been talking to Ozzy. I bought my first animal from Ozzy in 2007.
Wow.
2007, 13 years ago. And you know what? It was one of my first big purchases back then. I think I spent $3,500 US. And this is before I started, getting into it in 2009 and 2010. And I would ask questions, and I'm sure he was like, oh, this guy again from Canada, fuck. Here you go. But you know what? He was there for me. Mm-hmm. And why do you think I'm still buying 13 years later? Well, one of the reasons is because he makes some of the sickest shit on the planet. Yeah. But, he was always there for me back then. He was there, and you know what I mean? He's an amazing guy, and he's still around. And, there's so many things that people need to learn about the buying aspect as well as the selling. If you're just going to go buy animals without any type of, mindset behind it, you're an idiot. Your animal dies or you get it. Oh, I saved $500. Oh, yeah, well, it'll never breed for you because it doesn't eat. Yeah. The guy that spent $1,000 more or $500 more is making, $5,000-$6,000 a year and growing his projects and making his money back and investing it into other stuff. You got to stop buying because of price. That pisses me off. I feel sorry for the animal, but I'm glad that guy lost his $20. Here you go. If you should have bought that, you should have spent $5 and $5 extra. Like, really?
Yeah.
Here's a healthy looking animal from someone that's, professional. I mean, when I look at your booth, I'm like, wow, it's inviting. You're there. I'm sure you talk to the person. They go to save $5, get something that's, anyways, stressful.
It's a headache.
Yeah.
It is a headache.
Yeah.
So let's get on a positive topic. Okay, ready? Here we go.
It's time for shoutouts of the week.
Yeah.
So actually, this one here, I just want to do, I always shout her because she's awesome, but I'm going to do a shout out of something, of somebody every week. I'm going to do AK Morphs, Anna, because she's just awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I shout her out all the time. I can't help it. She's the first one. I don't know why I don't have it programmed on here. I should have had a number. Let me just see if I did. I did. I'm not slacking.
Oh, you did it.
Fucking
Nice.
right.
First try.
Yeah. So, you all know her, AK Morphs on Instagram. Well, this is her akmorphs.com. It's her website. She makes all the awesome stuff. If you don't have one in your facility or your room or your bedroom or your basement or wherever you keep your snakes, you got to have one. I love them.
Yeah, the colors are just always so random and
Oh,
so
look
cool.
at me. Look at this sexy guy here.
That's why he picked her.
No.
There's a picture of himself in the.
No, I didn't even notice it. You know what? I've never gone to her website. You know what? I actually saw
put
this.
it there by accident.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
you know
we're
what the
just
funny thing
messing
is?
around.
Is the content that comes in, I have someone actually that I
Oh,
work
okay,
with
yeah.
that gives it to me.
100%.
So that they give
forgot.
me 2 or 3, and I circled one. Then I went on there today, and I'm like, what? I'm even on there. I didn't even know.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
So it's pretty cool. But yeah, she does awesome stuff, and it's amazing. So I got to give her a shout out. Why not? She's in the ball python. She does crazy stuff, and it's amazing because every time I look through the Instagram stories, everyone's sharing one of her awesome artwork.
Yeah, she's able to do everyone's like logo. That's really
But
cool.
some of them, it's really cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, you guys got one yet?
I don't.
I do.
Of course you're slacking. Come on, Precious, slacking.
They're so cool.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
I actually plan on getting one from her, a couple, and I know the color theme that I want to do, like very similar to my logo. So.
Nice.
Cool. So we got like 15 minutes or so left. So I'm gonna do this one here. I was gonna get into it last week. I haven't really looked super into it, but I just want to give you something to sort of look at. I don't know if it's I don't want to call it homework, but it's pretty cool. If I go back here and I go here. So this is a YouTube video. Okay. And this is from Reach Out Reptiles. And what's awesome here.
What's up, Garrett?
Yeah, Garrett Hartle. He was this whole thing. It's about tips and tricks and stuff. And that's not a very good looking. Hold on, let me
This
pause.
is the
it.
best freeze frame.
Yeah, that's a little better. Sorry, Garrett. But he talks about adding copper and copper lines to the water dishes. And there's a lot of actually scientific proof behind it of how it's good for your animals, which I'm like...
It's good for us, too.
Yeah, humans as well, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow. There's so much stuff on the internet. I'm busy, and now I have other people helping me out and trying to get content, and all those shout-outs are coming as well. But what's great is... stuff that I would not have seen. I could have been doing this for years.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is everybody is so comfortable with the way they do things. New stuff's coming out. Scientific facts are being, done and thrown out there. But I haven't had a chance to watch it all, but I'm definitely going to because it actually makes sense. I actually went and I looked some stuff up, and it's actually great for a lot of different things for animals, and like Austin said, human beings. So, check it out. Reach Out Reptiles, and it's called Put Copper in Your Water, Free Tip Friday. So
Nice.
something I'm definitely going to look at. And, you have bearded dragons and lizards. And
something that I looked into, too, was electrolytes. So there's electrolyte soak that you could put in the water when you're giving a bath.
Yep.
So that's something that I started doing with my bearded dragons, and
you
to see it different.
You got to see it. Some animals might not be. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You got to look specifically into it. But it's something that I've been cleaning and wiping and putting water in water dishes thousands and thousands and thousands of times over the years, and not once did I think of this. So, that's something to look at.
And since you shouted him out, we should also shout out his podcast with our buddy Brian Cusco, Searchables Reptiles.
Oh, there you go. Who?
Wait, what podcast?
Who?
You didn't know about this?
No, I didn't.
I did. I was just being sarcastic.
We're just being dicks. Is Brian on here?
I don't
of course
know
not. He's got better things to do with his time than watch us.
Probably making a new song.
Please don't. Oh.
Oh, if he's on here, the beef's on there now.
Yeah, I'm just teasing.
Oh, now there's gonna be a rap battle between
somebody
creation.
clip that and send it to Brian.
I can't rap battle. I mean, I'd lose. I'd like Brian,
Sorry.
No, I listened to he's got some cool stuff. I love how even the birthday jam when he did for me.
Yeah. That was so
cool.
Sick.
That was
amazing.
like, wow.
The editing on that video.
I gotta bug Brian. I mean, I did another one with him and Dave Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody put actually. It was one of our Patreon guys. He actually, I don't know what it was. It was one of my posts, and Dave put, "Yeah, too bad. It sucks. I won't be able to come out to the CRBE this year. It'll have to be next year." And someone else put, I believe it was Chris. He put, not you,
the other
Chris.
You're talking about Kal-El?
Kal-El, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
So he put, yeah, you know what, Dave? It was one of my highlights, seeing you or meeting you last year. And then I put something underneath saying, dude, you should, make your goals a little higher or something like that, And I'm like, just joking. And I said, Dave Kaufman and Brian Cusco, they're awesome guys. And what they do for the hobby and just different things, their outlook and their mindset. It's always positive and great, and I've learned a lot from them. I'm glad that I met them both. I've watched some of Dave's videos for years. Just when I had time, I looked, so I always know who he was. And then I finally got to meet him. He bought some animals from me.
Yeah.
And then meeting Brian. Brian came down 2 years in a row, which is awesome.
Driving at 11:30 at night to go pick him up from the airport because his plane came in late that one night.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then he comes in and it's like, "Hey, we're all going." No, we stayed about an extra hour or two. We were there. But yeah, but speaking of Brian, here you go. So here's something that I want to look into too. I'll probably use it as a topic for next week, or I might even do a YouTube video on it. It's number 14, which is here. So here. What are you doing, Austin?
I hit my head.
Look at this guy, so professional.
Oh, you guys ready?
He's got the
for
Shure mic.
Cut? Those of you tuning in for the first time.
So what this one is, and if you don't know, that's Brian Cusco. Awesome guy. He has a podcast, also has a Patreon. I mentioned that last week. He jumps in on our Patreon as a special guest once in a while. Amazing guy. You name it, he does it. Edits, videos, photography. He's always doing stuff with his kids and learnings at a lot of different species. But this one here, it's breeding business. Hobby and business and why is making money taboo. So he gives his opinions on what he thinks about, doing this as a hobby and doing it as a business and the I haven't really got into it, but it's another thing I would just want people to maybe take a look at and we can talk about it. I know my side personally, how I stand on it, and that's great about this hobby is what I believe and what I stand in and what I want to do doesn't mean everyone else has to do the same. I constantly say, even with cutting eggs, like, you don't want to cut eggs, don't cut eggs. But you won't see me shitting on you for not cutting eggs. Oh my God, you cut eggs with a razor? Oh, you're an idiot. You should use scissors. No, you know what? You do what feels comfortable with you. And that's how you sell, how you take care of your customers, how you want to do your breeding plans, how you want to put them on cocoa. Do you want to feed frozen thawed or live, et cetera, et cetera. Do what works for you. Do what you like. Don't let anyone else tell you, and don't do things because other people do it. Do it because
it works.
It works, and because you believe in that way. You'll never see me going on telling someone that they waited for their animals to pip. There's people that waited for their animals to pip, and when they didn't pip and they cut them at day 60, they all drowned and were dead. You didn't see me go on saying, see, you're an idiot. You should have cut at day 52 or 54. You know what? Because that's what I don't believe. You know what? It happens, people. I cut my eggs. I show you them. I show you the good, the bad. Okay? After what? 100 videos of me cutting thousands of eggs?
Yeah.
Well, hundreds at least. Hundreds and hundreds of eggs.
Almost
and I
1,000.
and I show you, hey, look at them. Look at them 3 days later. Look at them eating. Look at them at a year old.
Yeah.
Don't fucking tell me that cutting eggs is bad. Maybe the way you do it, it's not for me. You know? And I don't promote egg cutting. I don't want to say, hey, you know what? If you want to do it, learn how to do it. Do it right. And don't, people ask me. I get it twice a day, every day. And I'll probably have 2 already if I looked at my phone. What day do you cut your egg on? What day do you cut your eggs on?
Day 1.
Oh my God. Don't encourage anybody because people will listen.
I had some.
So I don't cut on a certain day. Okay. Garrick DeMeyer did it in one of his videos also. He goes, I don't cut on a certain day. I cut on the way the egg looks.
Yeah.
I know the way it looks. I know the feel. I know which ones to cut. There's some that you have to cut earlier than you should.
They start to dehydrate.
So a few people, I mean, they start dehydrating. You got to do it. You know, you got to know when to jump in and when not to. And you don't just cut because, oh, it's day 54. I got to cut right now. Well, if your eggs don't look like they're ready to cut, don't effing cut them.
Yeah.
It's not the day. It's how they look. And my incubator's 89.5. Someone, you know, goes 88. You're an extra 6 to 10 days in incubation. So when I cut at 52, you know, you should be cutting at 60. Big difference from incubation.
Yeah.
So learn to do that. And you know what? For me, I did not cut eggs to save them. I do not cut eggs because I think it's a better way. I cut eggs because I want to see what the F's inside. That's what I do.
And you could save a few.
Well, okay. But no, that's why I started, is because I couldn't wait an extra 3 effing days.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. But doing so for the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you know what I've noticed? They're not expending their energy cutting themselves out of the egg. My animals come out 3, 4 days, you know, after I cut them. They're eating before. They're not eating. They're out of the egg and they're going into shed when normally they would actually be pipping their eggs.
Yeah.
So people are like, you know, I'll cut on day 52. On day 57, they're already out. And by the time most people's come out, mine are already shedding.
Yeah.
Mine are eating. There's people, oh, you know, if you cut the eggs, they don't eat as well. Nope. You know, if I had to say, is it better to cut my eggs when I know they're ready compared to letting them pip? I would say with all my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of eggs that I've cut, I believe by cutting them, they actually do better. And that's just me and my observations.
Yeah.
Not saying leave them, because I know a lot of people that have cut their eggs, that don't cut their eggs or wait till one pips and then does the rest, and they have no problems. But I guarantee you, mine are eating before yours. Mine are getting bigger before yours. I've never had an issue. And that's one of the reasons now why I do it. Because I see it actually more beneficial from my perspective. From not just, oh, I cut 5 eggs. Look, oh, I think this is better now. I've been doing this for years on hundreds and hundreds. And I've saved more than I would have if I never have. Yeah. All the umbilical twist, anything else, dehydrated eggs. I've saved more. Well, put it this way. By not cutting, I've killed more eggs or babies than I have not cutting. Or by cutting.
Yeah.
So it's just my observation for what I've done. I know people that don't believe in it at all. Awesome. Works for you? Great.
Yeah.
So that's just my little piece. And I mean, you know.
Girls, you got to shut up. You're just
sorry,
talking
guys.
too much.
So, yeah, that's that. But yeah, check out those 2 things. Check out Brian. You know, you can get some information on that. I'm going to look at it also. So both of those, Brian and Garrett, I'll be watching those videos and getting my take on it. I think it's awesome. Yeah. Anything you guys want to say?
I just want to thank you, Billy, and Austin and Chris and
the Lord.
The Lord.
For having me on here. I know that when I got on YouTube, I was at like maybe 400 subs, and you guys shouted me out, and I like skyrocketed to where I am at now, which is more than
1350.
later. Yeah. So thank you so much. It was great, being on here. I mean, it's getting better. Like, I've watched every single podcast, and you guys are just like, this is what, number 3?
Yep.
4? And it's amazing. So
we're getting better. We're trying to have some content now, and
yeah.
But I just think that bringing people on, like, Liz is 5 years in. She's I guess you call her a professional. She knows what she's doing. She does everything. She's got, got big projects and great animals and looking at the back, fancy racks. She's she puts the work in. She does a lot of shows. She's sort of, got the whole hang of it. And then yourself, starting off, you went and got good equipment. You got great animals. Now you just got to put that time in. And you'll appreciate it so much more when you finally do it, because you know what it takes. Yeah. And then when people down the road want to lowball you and you'll know this too, when they lowball you, you've put all that time in, you made these awesome animals, and you're like, the quality's there, and it's just so great. And then they, hey, it's $1,500. Will you take 9? Fuck no. It's $1,500. You know what? You want to work with me? I'll do $1,400 shipped. Okay, will you do a 7-year payment plan? Like, fuck. You know what I mean?
And then they're like, I need to ask my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
they never come back.
Yeah. But you're going to see when you put the effort in and what it takes to care for them and grow them up and do what we do, you see that, it's much more than... I'd rather not sell the animal for $900 and keep it in my rack until someone appreciates that animal for $1,500. And you know what it's going to cost you? A couple dollars a week, $4, $5, $10 a month, depending if you breed or you buy your own rats. I'd rather have an animal in my collection that cost me $10 a month than put it in some asshole's damn collection that probably isn't going to feed it or take care of it, because he's already lowballing me on a quality animal. I mean, what's he keeping it in? Under his bed, in a shoebox? Like, it's not worth it. And you'll understand that. Like, some people, oh, you make so much money and you have all these animals, you can afford to give it to me at half price. I can fucking afford to give it to you for free and give you $100. But why the fuck would I? Who are you? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about that. It's about what we do. And I mean, all of us, the work we put in. It's well, I'm preaching to the choir. You guys all know. You guys have animals. It's not like, well, you buy them, shove them in a rack, and they're self-sustained. I mean, wow. And I mean, 46 animals and 45 animals, 36 males. Wow. I mean, those 9 females, they're worth more than what they're supposed to be now because they're so golden. They're worth so much more. Right. And people don't get it. So, you know what, Precious, you're gonna see this. And I love having people from all different aspects, because there's certain things and that I forgot. And people bring up, it's like, oh my God, I remember those days. And I never want to, think, oh, Billy's a big breeder now and I forgot where I came from. I remember where I came from. I remember, the hardships getting to where I've got to. And that's why I can give my opinion and I can help people. And I use Patreon as a platform and a lot of new things and ideas and things coming, for the future, so that people don't have to go through what I had to and other people. Even 5 years ago or 6 years ago when you got in, there was, you learn from those mistakes. But I guarantee you, if you had somebody there from day one, you would rather not make all those damn mistakes, right?
Things would be much different. Yes, for sure.
Yep. And you're gonna make mistakes where you never knew that mistakes were even able to be made. Like, it's crazy some of the things we've done. It's like, oh my God,
Definitely.
So. But no, man, it was awesome having you both on, and it's great, and I know that you're doing a lot of lives now, which is awesome, and I think lives are great for everybody to jump on, and Chris is doing some, and Atypical. I got a list here too. Nivial, who else? Brandon, morphs of a different color. Atypical, I said that. A&K Reptile. People, there's so many going on, doing lives, giving information, letting other people come in, and it's needed because we don't know everything. I don't know everything. I'm learning. We're all learning. And you know, a simple tip like, you know, the copper in the water would have been the last thing I thought. I mean, it could be beneficial for many reasons, and I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to try it. And if it works, it's like, wow, thanks. You know, somebody else that I don't know how long they've been in the hobby for, did some research, did something, and I'm going to adopt it. You never know. I mean, it's awesome how we can share and help people, you know, not only for our business, but for the animals' well-being and you know, longevity of the animals. And we can teach that to new people that are coming up. Their animals are going to do a lot better. You know, and especially like Precious said, I've had it a few times, but it aggravates me. You spend 15, 20 minutes at the table selling them an animal. Oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, it's my first one. I'm so happy. Where can I get a tank? Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. And then you have to show them, no, don't get a tank. Go over here. He'll hook you up with a PVC enclosure. You know, and you know, this is what you need. And now you need a heat source. They don't realize that when they bought that $150 animal, they're spending $300-400 in its caging. You know? Oh, if I knew that, I wouldn't have bought the snakes. Well, do your homework, people. You know? So, I don't know.
Well, while we're here, because we're just past 10 now.
Oh, yeah, we got a few questions and answers you guys can help us with.
Oh, are you waiting on me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing questions. I was going to tell them to shout out their social media stuff just so we didn't miss it.
Well, we can do questions anyways. A few questions before we go. Austin isn't falling asleep. He had that magic juice.
Blue juice.
Yeah, so Precious, you can reach her, Precious Pythons on YouTube, and it's Precious Pythons. Instagram, Precious Pythons. We also have Liz, and it is KE_Royal_Reptiles, and that's for Instagram. Facebook is KE Royal Reptiles. Morph Market, KE_Royal Reptiles. Yes. And then one day soon, we'll have Precious Pythons with an Instagram account, not an Instagram, Morph Market account when she makes some amazing babies of high-end quality and put it up there for sale. And then we're going to have Liz one day, maybe, you know, putting a YouTube channel out. There we go. You never know. You're pretty confident in both of you. Well, you are because you've got the YouTube experience, but even yourself, I've seen you on some of your lives. You know, you're definitely comfortable in front of a camera. So YouTube won't be that hard for you, right? Because you can talk, you can share your experience. So, you know, and that's probably harder for you because you were so new and, you know, you're just, what do I do? And, you know, but you're doing it and it's awesome. So, I mean, you don't have to be, you know, like, especially in your case, you don't have to be a big breeder or someone that has years and years of experience. The only thing I say to that is for YouTube, if you're going to do YouTube, you know, stick to what you know. Don't, I'm going to say regurgitate. Like, there's a few people, it bothers me, but, you know, they'll call me and they'll ask me questions and I'll talk to them for hours. And the next thing you know, they're putting up a YouTube with everything I just told them. You know,
I've seen that in the past.
And it's like, wow. And you know what? I mean, yeah, when I talk, you know, this is what works for me. You know, I just said, hey, me cutting eggs, I find it better than letting them pip. I find better, they eat better, they come out stronger. That's why I do it. But originally I did it because I just wanted to see what was in the damn egg. But those are my results. I can talk and fight with anybody over it because I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of experience doing it, and I have the data that I've gathered from it. So I can talk. When I also say, hey, you know what? In my opinion, you know, you can do this, you can do that. You can't just sit there and go, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Well, how come? Because I heard it from this guy. Don't regurgitate. You know, if you want to do a YouTube channel, speak about what you've done, what you've learned. I've learned this from this person. In my experience, I've tried this. Don't just sit there and spurt stuff out that you hear or you read online, because you're going to get so much wrong information. What works for me here in Canada won't work in the U.S., in some states, won't work in Norway or Iceland or Ireland. That's why, you know, do what works for you. And the information I give, it's not all in and what's that thing? It's not end all and yeah.
That thing, whatever.
That everything.
Be all end all.
Be all end all. I mean, I modify things. I change. I try different things to see how it works. So, yeah. Woo! But yeah, great job on the YouTube. So sick.
Yeah, and to piggyback off what you said, Billy, because I actually recently watched one of your, it was a while ago, watched one of your videos about how when your males, are breeding and they go off of food to stop pairing them. And I remember watching that and like my stomach dropping because I was pairing a male, a pastel clown, and he's a big one. He's like 2,000 grams, 2,100 grams, and he had stopped eating for a while, maybe around like 4 or 5 months. But I was monitoring his weight. He wasn't losing any weight. But at the time of that video, I stopped pairing him. He had already paired like 3 or 4 times, so he was good with the female. And maybe like 2 or 3 weeks after I had stopped pairing them, he went back on food, and now he's had like maybe four meals because it was a while ago. But it's funny that you always, like you said, someone gives you information, someone gives you advice. I always tell people you take it into consideration. You
Yes.
match it to what you're dealing with currently, and you apply it appropriately. But you can't go by the book of what someone says because they're dealing with a different setup. They're dealing with different snakes. They're dealing with different everything, and it may not apply to you. Just like I just wanted to, like I said, piggyback off what you said.
Yeah, and people need to know that there's more than one damn way to do things.
Yeah.
Oh, you if you cut eggs, you have to use a razor. Says fucking who? You know what I mean? I did that thing with those silly big ass scissors. The animals are out, they're eating, they're actually friggin' huge.
Yeah.
First time ever. Okay, I would never do it again. I just did it to say, hey guys, this is what I can do. You think these are big scissors? But why is it that, to me, no offense to the people that cut with razors, because I used to cut with razors. It's a horror show for me. I even cut myself, for fuck's sakes, with the razor cutting eggs. I don't feel comfortable. But to me, looking at it, it seems safer to cut without putting anything sharp inside the egg. That's just my opinion. Other people, Brian Barczyk cuts with razors like a superstar because he's been doing it for years. He feels comfortable doing it. The snakes come out fine. Great. But don't tell me that using scissors is bad. Why? I have hundreds and if not thousands of animals that are fucking great because of the way I cut them. Oh no, you have to use this. Oh, you have to do this. You have to have them on bedding. You guys use paper towel or unprinted newspaper. That's not good for them because it's not natural. They need something to dig and to sit on. Says who? You know what I mean? Because I used to do paper for years, and guess what? I actually like it better. The problem is it's a hell of a lot. That's this guy. It's a hell of a lot of work. Mondays, we were there for Wednesday nights until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. It was crazy. But I like it better. But it's just not manageable for, 16 to 2,200 animals at a time. Do what works for you. There's no one way and only way. As long as they have fresh water or access to water, they're being fed, if you don't feed them every week, you're bad. Or if you feed them every week, you're overfeeding them. Do what works for you, what works for the animal.
Yeah.
Take people's what they're saying and utilize it and then, don't just say, oh, I heard this, and then you repeat it, and someone else is going to watch it and have a failure. And then you just screwed somebody else up without, oh, but I heard it from here. Yeah, but you know what? You need to listen to stuff, think about it, and put it into action, and then see what works. Everything I say, like people ask me, what about this? What about this? You know what? I've never done that. I'm not even sure. Yeah. I'm not going to say, oh, well, this is what I would do. Well, why would you do that? Because I heard it from somebody. That's the stupidest thing ever. I give advice because I've done it, or I can direct you to somebody that can do something a different way. This person's done it. I would contact them. Me, I have no absolute clue. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But anyways, 10-13. We're actually keeping it down pretty good. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. I think We have any couple questions.
I don't have anything on my end. I don't know if you have any on yours.
No.
So
No,
next
there hasn't
week
really
we
been any.
will break down a little bit where there is some question and answer time in between some of these things. But yeah, I wanted to keep it within 3 hours, and we did pretty good. You know, had some sort of an agenda here that we followed.
Someone, Salmon Boa, 420 again with the $5 donation.
You're
He
the
also-
man.
He also says, bring Harry or Henry.
Henry.
Yeah, Henry.
Purin. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's a breeder. Or?
Yeah, he's out west. He used to be, but he's
has
right
a-
now in the plains now.
That's
post-
the guy to bring. I need my jet.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is perfect.
Wow.
I need to buy a jet.
Yeah.
$5 donations going towards that.
Jesus.
I'm gonna start collecting oh my god, super chat for the jet. Yes, that's what we need.
Wow. Anyways.
Yes, let's bring him on.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys both taking time to come on out and giving your, opinions and letting people know where you're at and where you stand. And it's great because, being a big breeder, I didn't start this way, man. I started, where you guys did. And I remember it. And I just want people to realize that, for the 18 years that I've been into this, the first 6 to 8 years were really hard. Take advantage of the knowledge and the people that are out there being positive, helping people with information, shouting people out, supporting each other, pushing this community as a community together, warning people and being on the lookout for these scammers that are out there using other people's pictures and just, do some due diligence and don't get ripped off by these scammers because they're coming out more and more now because of, the growth and the demand in this, this industry. But there's too many people. It's like, it's like putting a bait on a hook and throwing it out there. They're just jumping all over it. Like if it's too good of a deal, it probably is. Stop getting sucked in and letting these guys feed on you. Because they ain't gonna go away. They've been here, when I first got in, and they're still here 20 years later. They ain't going anywhere. There's gonna be more of them, and they're gonna be more creative. Just be on the lookout.
Yeah.
But I remember where I came from. A lot of the reasons why I am the way I am is because of what I had to do to get here. If I had an easy route and I had a mentor and I had all this information and I'm here now, I'd be like, hey, you know what? I never got any, I had all this help. People can go find it. I'm the way I am because of how I got here. So, your past will sort of guide you to where your future is. And I truly believe all the hard work and the stuff that I've put in that got me to where I am. I remember how hard it was, and that's why I want to give back to people, because I don't want anybody going through the crap or even half of it that I had to. And we hear it all the time, like all these people, oh, I did this and I got this and this guy sold me all this and this what happened. It's like, you didn't see all the red flags. Learn. Like, people got to learn and reach out and work together. And, this is an incredible hobby, an incredible business. I love it. It's my big part of my life, if not my entire life, and it ain't gonna change. Yeah. And growing with these guys now, Mutation Creation, we have a team. We do have our team Billy and Team Austin, but Mutation Creation is not, there'll always be a Mutation Creation, but I could not be where I'm at without the team and the support and. Even this podcast, it'd be me sitting there yapping into a thing. I probably have, some good stuff and people can learn, but, it's great having this here and I look forward to it and, but, yeah, I'll just shut up now. We good on the questions? We're good.
Yeah.
Awesome. So better than last week.
That was good.
Yeah. So he's actually, more energy than last week.
It's the special blue drink.
Yeah, we had to carry him out to the car last week. But no, we appreciate you guys on and, keep doing what you're doing. And it's great. And a lot of new stuff coming to, Patreon. And, I got a lot of stuff. It's just trying to implement it and dealing with everything. But it is coming. And, we'll see everybody next week.
Yep.
And thanks for coming on, man. keep doing what you're doing,
you
like
for
I
having-
said, and can't wait to see the. Have I? Yeah, I got stickers from you. I have got. You have sent me stickers, have you not? Liz?
No, I have not yet.
I'm just trying to think. Do I have? No, I need some stickers
Yeah,
from you.
send me stickers too.
I have a package and I meant to send it out.
Oh yeah, slacking. I need to represent you. I need, you need to be some real estate up on the wall. Wall. Oh my God, ceiling.
COVID outbreak, and they're like, no, we're not shipping anything international, so they sent me home.
Yeah, we had that. I had that too for a while. I actually had it where I was getting stickers made. The scissors and stuff, and they weren't even making them from Sticker Mule.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a month they wouldn't even make stickers because of COVID. Wow. Certain ones you could get the normal ones, but you couldn't get die cut. I guess because it's another process where, they needed an extra person or an extra section to die cut them. Mm-hmm. They weren't making die cut ones. I'm like, shit, all the ones I want are die cut. So
crazy.
But yeah, I hope everyone's staying safe, and especially you going to Florida. Like you have to. I don't know. I'd be double masking it.
Double protection.
But thanks everybody that joined in and watched us, ramble and talk, and hopefully got some pointers.
Yep.
But go check out, the Brian and his.
And if you're listening in and we're not live, we do lives every Monday.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
7 p.m.
There you go. 7 p.m. Monday. Mutation Creation Monday.
7 p.m. Eastern Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time.
My channel, my content.
That's it. Anyways, guys, I'm just going to play the beat to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. And once again, Precious and Liz, thank you for being a part of this. And we'll see you guys soon. Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good night. Still there.
My channel.
This is the part where we all dance.
My channel.
This is where
we all dance?
Yeah. This is where the party really gets good.
Bye, Liz.
See ya.
Channel. My content.
Thanks, everybody.
My content. Of course we are.
We're still live.
Still live,
This
man.
is where we start dancing.
We don't start dancing. No.